Hello everyone, welcome to the top 100 Minecraft mods for 1.8. Yes, there are a lot of mods in this video. Now don't skip past this introduction. I have a lot of important things to talk about relating to the video and the mods. The first is that there'll be a skip ad button, so you can actually skip directly to the next mod. If there's a mod you've already seen for 1.8, or maybe you don't like the mod, you can skip right to the next one via the green annotation, so turn your annotations on. Also, I recommend adding this to your watch later just because, this video is going to be pretty long, so I recommend just doing like 20 mods here, 20 mods there, because, yeah, this video is going to be really long. So to make it a little more convenient for those of you guys who have been watching my videos, the first 36 mods that I show are going to be brand new to the channel, and those are really all of the new ones that I could find that I haven't shown yet. And then after that are the older mods that I've already shown. So I just decided to do that just to pack all of the best 1.8 mods into one video. Make sure you create a backup of all your worlds, so just go into your .minecraft folder, copy and paste your saves folder onto your desktop. A lot of the times Minecraft could randomly crash and sometimes your world will become corrupted, so definitely copy and paste your saves folder before you play any of these mods. The links won't be in the description because the description is going to be too long, so I'll let you know in the description how to find the links. And lastly, if you guys like this video, you found mods, I just showed it just to show people legit 1.8 mods. If you guys want to help share this video with other people, every single link you guys give the video helps it rise in popularity. We were able to do it with my top 30 mods, and we were able to get that video past all the fake ones, so thousands and thousands of people were able to see actual 1.8 mods, and hopefully the same happens to this video. You guys end up liking the video, and yeah, leave a comment if you like it. I'll thank you personally. So the first mod I have to show you is called the Blocklings mod. This is a cool little mod that adds in blocks that can move around, and you can actually tame these, and they can actually be your friend, and they can attack things for you. There's a lot more to the mod than just that. Alright, you can upgrade them, you can have them wield swords and attack things like that. I'll get to that in just a moment. But what you want to do is find these. These spawn in the forest biomes or plain biomes, and you can find them, tame them with a flower. And then when you attack something, he'll then go over there and start attacking that thing that you're attacking, which is very helpful and really nice. Now, obviously, right now, he doesn't do too much, but once we upgrade him and give him some weapons, he'll do a lot better. Alright, and you see here, he just died. So when he dies, it'll actually drop him on the ground, alright? And the nice thing about this is you can spawn him back in. You'll lose 2.5 hearts when you do this, but the nice thing about it is you don't lose any progress. So if you get his level up, whatever level he's at when he dies, you can spawn him in and he'll be at that level and that size. Now when you upgrade him, there's different tiers. Say you upgrade him to tier 3, which is the biggest tier right now. Alright, he'll lose that tier and he'll go back to tier 1. Alright, so that's the only downside. You won't lose any progress, you'll just lose the upgrade. So what you want to do here is actually give him a weapon. Just go ahead and place it in that green box here, and to get to the screen, you just shift and right click, you'll get to that screen. So you can just give him a default Minecraft weapon there, and he'll go ahead and have that weapon to attack with. And as you see here, you see some of the upgrades. Alright, so you have wood, stone, iron, gold, diamond, and obsidian upgrades, and each upgrade will have different perks to it. Some will increase the armor, some will increase the damage, some will increase the health. Just kind of pick which one you kind of want to do, and crafting recipes for this stuff will be on the forum page. So what you want to do is start off with tier 1, place it in the green box there, and go ahead and just keep on adding, and you can actually just shift and click it also, and that'll go ahead and do it. As you see now, he's turned from a grass block into obsidian block, and depending on all those different perks that the mod has, he'll have the perks that the obsidian block will have. So yeah, and again, you can actually just take these out, so you're not set in stone as soon as you do that. You can go ahead and change them out. So if you want to make him a gold block and give him all the perks that the gold upgrades will give him, you can go ahead and do that. You also have some other upgrades, and these deal primarily just with a specific thing like health, damage, speed, armor, and stuff like that. You can have some potion effects here. As you can see here, you can make them jump higher, give them a wither effect, resistance effect, whatever you kind of want to do here. So I'm going to use health, and I just, again, shift right click and go ahead and again just add in the tiers here. There's 3 different tiers. Tier 3 will always have some kind of specialty. Alright, for the health one, I believe it's health regeneration, and again, right clicking him with a flower will go ahead and heal him a little bit more, and you guys can see, as I was adding in the health upgrades, you guys can see the health went up. But anyways, yeah, and you can just do this again with the damage. Again, that goes to that specific damage upgrade spot, and you can go ahead and just upgrade him, so you can increase his speed, give him some potion effects there. He'll have those potion effects, depending on which ones the mod adds in, and so yeah, that is pretty cool. So as I think I mentioned before, to level him up, all you have to do is have him attack stuff. So have him attack stuff, he'll gain some experience, and he'll increase his level. Or you can cheat, grab the level upper, and every time you right click, he'll go ahead and gain a new level. Alright, and as you can see here, he's actually growing. So he'll grow up until level 10, and this is as big as he can get. Alright, and each time you level him up, he'll go ahead and, increase his stats, so that's incentive to go ahead and level him up. He'll increase his stats. Alright, and yeah, he's just pretty cool to, pretty fun to just kind of watch him attack stuff, and he's pretty helpful. As you see here, I'm attacking the zombies, and he's jumping around, attacking them. It's not super fluent, I guess, but it does work, and he does attack them, and he will kill them. So anyways, yeah, it's a pretty fun little mod. I definitely really like this mod. I like that you can go ahead and, upgrade him and stuff like that, and it's not super overpowered either, the fact that you can bring him back to life, because he does lose those the two tiers, tier 2 and 3 when he dies, and you'll just be stuck with tier 1. But I think it's pretty cool, and I definitely like this mod. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next mod. So the second mod is actually a mini-map. I get a lot of requests to show a mini-map for 1.8. The Better PvP mod, which I showed in my top 30 mods, had a mini-map, but then you had a lot of other stuff on it. This is just solely a mini-map, a really simple and clean-looking mini-map, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you guys. So the terrain on the mini-map is pretty much the same exact thing as the terrain in your actual world. It is very, very accurate, and my creator was trying to make this mini-map a little more smoother than other ones. I haven't really played too many mini-maps though, but this is supposed to be smoother, and it's also supposed to look like vanilla Minecraft, which I definitely think it does. So if you actually go into the minimap settings in that little tab there, you can enable and disable it. You can also zoom in and out via the minimap settings tab, or you can hit I and O on your keyboard, and that will zoom in and out also if you don't want to keep on going back to the minimap settings. Also, you can display and enable, disable the mobs on the minimap, which is nice if you don't want all those dots on the screen. I'll show you guys that in a little bit. You can also change the size, so that's large, alright, and you can change it between tiny, small, medium, and large. So that's nice that you can go ahead and actually kind of change it. You can also change the position of it, so if you hit that tab, you can just kind of move it around. I don't think I showed it in this review, but you're able to do that. You're able to move it around the screen, which is nice. And there's just some of the other stuff that you can go ahead and do. The main parts, though, are you're able to see the mobs. You're able to actually set waypoints, which you can then use to teleport between places. So you can set a waypoint at your house, you can venture off, you can just quickly teleport to your house. It's really, really simple, and this is probably the best teleporting, or the most easiest to use teleporting mod out there, even though the other teleporting mods I think I've taken a look at are pretty simple as well. This is probably the easiest one to use, and the nicest one. Alright, so let's talk about the dots. So yellow dots will be mobs, like cows, creepers, and things like that. Red dots will be items, so if you drop an item, it'll show up as red. If you break a block, it'll show up as red. If you kill an animal, the food will show up as red on your mini-map. White dots will be players, and purple dots will be like entities like arrows and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the dots, pretty simple. You can also lock north, so if you don't like the compass constantly moving around, or the mini-map constantly moving around, it goes ahead and locks it north, alright, which is nice if you don't like that, spinning around all the time. Alright, now on to a really useful part of this mod, the waypoints. Alright, so just go ahead, you can hit this button, or you can hit U on your keyboard to go ahead and do this. So to add a waypoint, you just says add/edit, or you hit B on your keyboard, which will open up the new waypoint screen. Alright, so you go ahead and name whatever you want to name the waypoint. Alright, and you can go ahead and set its color. So set its color, and then it'll go ahead and show up. You hit confirm, and it'll go ahead and appear right there. Alright, so you'll see this on the mini-map and also in the distance. So you'll see this waypoint here, and you can actually teleport to it. So I'm going over here, I'm going to go ahead and set another waypoint. So again, you just hit B on your keyboard. Alright, they'll go ahead and enter the new waypoint screen. Again, I name it 2 here, alright, and I can hit confirm, and that sets the waypoints, alright. So then you hit U, and it brings up the waypoint selection. You just highlight one, and then you hit teleport, and it'll go ahead and teleport you to that waypoint. So it's really useful and very easy to use, and it does look pretty nice. You should also be able to have infinite amount of waypoints, so they should never run out or fill up, and you shouldn't really have to delete any. This minimap also works underground, so you can see the caves and stuff like that, where lava is, and yeah, so it does work underground, so that's always nice. And that's really all I can say about the mod. Is I think I didn't show how you change the position. You just hit the change position tab and you just move it around the screen. Other than that, it's a really nice mod. I really like this minimap mod. It's very clean and nice looking. And now let's go ahead and move to mod number 3. So this is the More Player Models mod. This is kind of a fun mod to do. You can actually set yourself as a mob or as just kind of a really crazy stuff. You can just make yourself look ridiculous. And now you may be wondering why you'd want to do this in your single player world. Really there's no point because you don't really end up seeing yourself in the single player world. But there's servers on here that actually run this mod, and you can see the server list on their forum page. So you can go to the server and just kind of make yourself look really goofy, and you can play along with other people who also look really goofy. And yeah, that's just kind of what this mod is for, and you can just just resize everything. It's pretty fun to do. So mod number 4 is the Vein Miner mod. This is a nice mod when it comes to quickly mining ores. Alright, so when you have it enabled and you have the key set, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that, you can go ahead and just quickly mine stuff. So anything that ore is connected to will go ahead and also break, as long as it's the same ore. Alright, same thing with coal here. I don't know why those 2 coal blocks in the background didn't exactly break. I might have accidentally broke a block in between them, so that might be why. But anyways, yeah, that's just basically how it works. It just really quickly mines blocks. Alright, so here you just type in /veinminer mode, and now you can go ahead and set it. By default, it's set to disabled. So you can go ahead and set it to no sneak, which this will be kind of enabled all the time. So you just go ahead. Here I'm sneaking right now, and now I'm not sneaking, just walking around like normal. It'll go ahead and break the blocks. You can actually configure it to sneak, so you just type in /veinminer and then just type in sneak, and then whenever you're sneaking and you're mining, it'll go ahead and just break all the blocks. Alright, so you can also set it to auto, and by auto it means once you press a key, it'll go ahead and break, and I believe you have to hold down the key. By default, that key is the console key, which is right below the escape key and right above the tab key, so I believe you have to hold that down. And here we have the tree part of the mod. So this acts just like the tree capitator mod or the timber mod, where you break the bottom block of the tree right there, and the rest of the tree will fall down. So mod number 5 is a nice mod if you want to destroy your world a little bit. It's called the Bacteria mod. So what you're going to do is find some sponges in like rivers and oceans. Alright, once you have the sponges, you can craft some must. You place the must underneath the water. That's that green block right there. You let it grow. Alright, if you go ahead and break the block and it breaks into the regular thing, it's just basically not done growing. If you go ahead and break it, you get the bunch of bacteria. That's to know that it's done growing. Use the bunch of bacteria to craft the bacterium colony, which is this purple block right here. So then you're going to want to grab blocks that you want to destroy in the area. Alright, I'm using dirt blocks as an example here. You can have multiple blocks stacked on top of each other. So if you want to destroy dirt blocks and sand blocks, you can go ahead and do that. And now you can see the bacteria is spreading and it's quickly destroying the world here. And this is just kind of fun to watch, I guess. I mean, if you want to clear out an area, you can do that, but it is just kind of fun to watch your world get destroyed here, and this is pretty cool. And yeah, that's basically the only purpose of this mod, is to destroy your world, but it's pretty awesome. Alright, so if you want to actually kind of stop the bacteria from growing, you use a bacteria jammer, which is that device in my third inventory slot. Alright, just go ahead, use the bacteria jammer and just right click it, and it'll go ahead and jam the bacteria, and they'll stop growing. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun mod to watch your world get destroyed with, and that's really all I can say about it. There's some other things about it, but if you want to find it out, you can look on their website if you're going to get into this mod. There's just a couple of other things, some other items and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, that's the main part of the mod. It's just, it allows you to destroy your world, and it's pretty awesome. So the next mod is called the Camping mod. This is definitely the best camping mod that I've seen so far, and it just is absolutely awesome. It adds in logs, adds in little campfires. You can have different types of campfires also that you can actually cook food with. You can roast marshmallows. It's a really awesome camping mod. And inside the tents you can put stuff in like chests and sleeping bags and stuff like that, and lanterns as well. And just overall, it's a really nice mod. You can also change the color of the fire. I changed it to light blue here. Just add in a dye to the fire, and there's always a time limit that it goes ahead and takes for it to wear out. Anyways, when you do that, you'll go ahead and get some type of potion effect depending on which dye you put in. I put in a blue here, so I have water breathing. I think I put in green before to change the fire green, and I had hunger. So it just kind of depends. And here we have the campfires that you can actually cook with, and they look like the real thing in real life here. And depending on which kind of thing you use will depend on which type of food you can go ahead and place in there. So as you're playing, you can kind of just figure out which one food. I'm not going to go over absolutely every single food that it adds in, but you can get a good idea as you're playing with the mod just what adds in, which ones you can actually cook with, just by playing. So anyways, if you want to go ahead and set it up for yourself, you get an empty one, you go ahead and add in a coal or charcoal in there. It'll go ahead and heat up, and then when you go ahead and place the grill set in the top right corner, it'll go ahead and create it, and then you can place the food in. It's just a really nice camping mod. You also adds in bears and archaic foxes and campers, and you can also go ahead and kind of protect your campsite with bear traps, and these go ahead and trap the mobs in it, and eventually they'll go ahead and die. I was having some trouble getting the bear caught in here, but if you do place these along your campsite, the bear will get caught here. There, he's caught. And yeah, it works, and it works for other mobs as well. You know, you'll be pretty safe when you go ahead and lay out your campsite with them. And when they go ahead and get caught, they'll actually be kind of just like that, closed, and you just go ahead and hit them, and they'll go ahead and open back up again. So if you do want to get into this mod, you can also hit C on your keyboard. You'll bring up the camping mod kind of inventory. You can put a backpack in there, a knife, and that just gives you some more storage and gives you a new way to craft. And then you can also put a map in there, and you'll go ahead and get like a mini map on your screen. I didn't show those in this video right here, but there's just a couple of things you can do if you want to get into this mod. So mod number 7 is a smaller mod. It allows you to customize gold, chain, iron, and diamond armor, which is kind of nice if you don't want to have just the default color all the time. If you want to change diamond armor to look red, you can go ahead and do that. And obviously you won't be able to see it on the outside, but if you're in your inventory here, you'll be able to see that. So all you do is place the armor in a crafting thing, and the crafting bench or the crafting here, and you go ahead and place the dye that you want to go ahead and have it changed to in there, and it'll go ahead and change it. So that's pretty nice. If you want to go ahead and have different color armors, customizable, you'll be able to do that. It also adds in a crafting recipe for the sponge, so you can actually use the sponge to go ahead and wash away the dye, so you don't have to keep on crafting a bunch of things. You can go ahead and craft it orange, alright, and then go ahead and reverse it back to the diamond color. So yeah, that's really all it does. You have a whole bunch of different combinations you can go ahead and have here, and just overall a nice and easy to use mod if you've ever wanted to change the colors of the default armor in Minecraft. Remember, it only works with gold, diamond, chain, and iron. So mod number 8 is called the Biomes O Plenty mod. This adds in a whole bunch of new biomes to Minecraft. Now the mod as of right now is in beta for 1.8. It's very early in development. I think it's supposed to add in 75 new biomes. That's what they say in the mod file, although that could just be the 1.7 version adding in all that 75 new biomes. But of course there could be 75 biomes in the 1.8 version. I'm not too sure, haven't explored it enough to see. So mod number 9 is called the X-Ray mod. This mod gets rid of all the dirt, stone, gravel, everything underneath your world, and just lets you see where all the ores are and dungeons are and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just what it does. You hit X on your keyboard, it'll go ahead and you'll have X-ray vision. And if you use this, just use this on single player world. If you use it on a server, there's a good chance you're going to get banned. I believe servers have things that can tell you where, like if you're using a cheating mod like this. So don't use this on a server. There's a good chance you can get banned if you use it. But again, if you want to use this as a single player, go ahead and install it. So this next group of mods were all made by the mod creator by the name of iChun, so they all require the iChun utility. I don't know how many of his mods I'm going to show, just all the ones that are updated to 1.8 that I definitely think are really cool. And this guy really makes some pretty interesting mods. So the first mod is called the Gravity Gun mod, which adds in the gravity gun from the Half-Life 2 game. So what you want to do is just kind of pick up blocks, and you can chuck them in any direction you want, or if you want to chuck them all the way up in the air, you can go ahead and do that. The left click button on your mouse will go ahead and chuck them away. The right click, I believe, goes ahead and just simply sets them down. So you can set them down on blocks. If you want to move a block without necessarily destroying it, you can go ahead and do that. You can also throw away mobs. So this is just something fun you can do, and it's a way to actually kill mobs. You can just throw them in the air, and usually when they hit the ground, they're going to die. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun mod to play with, and there's two different ones. You have a regular gravity gun and then the supercharged one. The supercharged one just has a little bit more oomph to it. So mod number 11 is a nice mod if you like shooting exploding pigs that fly throughout the air out of launchers and actually riding them and eating trail mix, which allows you to have comic punches and super punches, and it's a really crazy mod. So it revolves around the trail mix, so if you go ahead and eat the trail mix, you'll have a potion effect for about 9 to 10 seconds that gives you super punch and super speed. So if you run over to something, and you'll have this super speed, which is it's kind of difficult to actually control, so you have to kind of shift as soon as you get over near a mob you want to go ahead and hit, and you see the comic, you know, expressions you have on the screen there when you go ahead and hit them. This mod is just really crazy, and it's actually really awesome as well. You can also go ahead and if you eat enough of the trail mix, you can actually shoot fireballs. I show a really bad example in this little part here. But yeah, you can go ahead and shoot fireballs. with the middle mouse click and an empty hand, so make sure you have an empty hand or else you won't be able to shoot the fireballs, and you have to eat enough of the trail mix to be able to shoot it as well. Now if you go ahead and spawn out a pig or just find a pig, go ahead and put a saddle on it, you'll be able to ride it like normal. Obviously this is normal Minecraft here, but if you give it trail mix, it'll actually fly around, and you should be able to kind of control the pig a little bit, so you can actually use this mod as transportation. So just hit WASD to kind of fly around. Some other controls you can find on the My Creator's blog, which I'll link, in the description box below. And if you obviously dismount and hitting left shift, you'll fall to your death. And yeah, it's just kind of a cool mod. You can use it as transportation, or if you want to go ahead and destroy your world, you can also use it for that also. Mod number 12 is called the Guilt Trip mod. You're supposed to feel guilty using this mod after you slaughter a bunch of innocent pigs and cows and rabbits. Basically, you'll be able to see their ghosts floating around your head, which is kind of cool. Now, it doesn't necessarily work in first-person mode. It's not supposed to work in first-person mode. You're only supposed to see them if you're in third-person mode or if you're in your inventory. So after you go ahead and kill some things, you'll be able to see their ghosts floating around your head, which I guess is kind of cool if you want to see all the things you've recently killed floating around your head. Now they should disappear over time, but I guess it's kind of cool. So you see this just in third-person mode here, or in your inventory when you hit E, you'll be able to see them floating around your head. So this next mod is called the Mob Amputation mod, which is a really awesome and fun mod that allows you to chop off heads and chop off arms of zombies, zombie pigments, and skeletons. Well, just the skeleton head. But yeah, it's just really awesome and fun to use. It's very bloody also. The iChun mods, as I'm slowly realizing, are very, very violent and very dark, and I absolutely love all of these mods. And wow, it's just really, really awesome. And not every mob, as I said, just 3 mobs will go ahead and have this work, and you'll have the blood and stuff. And different tools will go ahead and have a different chance of this happening. If you use like regular tools, try to do this, you'll have a lower chance, but if you use swords or axes, you'll have a much better chance of this happening. And everything's also configurable. So this next mod is called the Shatter mod. Now I said in the beginning of the video I'm showing the new mods first. I just thought I might as well show this mod along with all of iChun's mods. So just keep in mind a bunch more new mods to show, and then I'll move into the old ones eventually. I don't know when I'm going to start doing that, but eventually I will. But still a bunch of new mods to come. But anyways, this is called the Shatter mod. It adds a really awesome death animation to Minecraft. This could get a little old after a while, but it's definitely really awesome than them just kind of poofing away. As you can see there, they kind of slow motion fall back and they shatter up, and look at that. It's just really, really awesome. And as I said, it might get a little boring after a while, but hey, it's pretty cool. And I think I completely failed getting this rabbit here. I think he just kind of falls to his death. But yeah, it works with every single mob, and that's really awesome. It's not just limited to a select few mobs. It works with every single one. And again, same exact animation for every single one, but it still is pretty cool. So this does work with the Mob Amputation mod, the previous mod. It will work with that. Obviously it's made by the same creators once this mod's compatible with each other. It may not work with a future death animation mod that I'm planning on showing, but that won't be mods from now. So mod number 15 is called the Torched mod. So this mod adds in a new way to lighten up your world, and a very fun way also. So the first item that it adds in is the torch gun. So when you go ahead and shoot off the torch gun, it'll go ahead and fire out one torch, and once it hits the ground, it'll put the torch right there. You also have the RPT launcher, which can kind of like explodes the torch as fireworks, and goes ahead and sends out multiple ones, and once they hit the ground, they'll go ahead and send out the torches there. And as you can see there, it is it's just kind of a fun way to lighten up your world, and it also looks really cool as well. The other item it adds in is called the torch rocket. This is really awesome as well. So you go ahead and place the torch rocket on the ground. It'll look like this, a gunpowder and a torch upside down. So then you need to add torches to it. So you can right click torches one at a time. You notice it got a little bit bigger each time. Or you can just go ahead and throw away the stacks of torches, and it'll go ahead and get sucked up by the torch there. And you can use up to 8 stacks. You can put 8 different stacks into that. So go ahead then, add some gunpowder to it. The My Creator says to use 1 gunpowder per 3 torches. So if you use 3 stacks, use a stack of gunpowder. And go ahead and light it up with a redstone torch or a flint and steel, and there you go. It looks like a firework. Like, I don't remember what those fireworks are called, but it's just really awesome. Alright, really, really awesome. And it's kind of like a shower. That's what it's called, the shower fireworks. And it's just a really cool mod. It's just a fun way to light up your world, and it's really cool. The particle effects are really, really awesome, and I definitely recommend checking out this mod. So mod number 16, I'm actually including 3 mods as this one mod because these mods are very small. So the first one I have in mod number 16 is the attachable grinder mod. This one's kind of disturbing. You can go ahead and attach an attachable grinder onto any animal that goes ahead and can give you stuff like chickens, they can go ahead and actually give you feathers. Creepers will go ahead and give you some gunpowder. You can actually attach this, and they kind of grinds them, and it goes ahead and throws out that specific thing that they can go ahead and give you. And it's kind of cool, I guess, but it also really disturbing. And once they're done grinding, they kind of just explode. So it's a very disturbing mod, but it's also kind of cool. I think you may get to see some of them exploding in this part here. But yeah, it's just really, yep, there we go. You can see as soon as they're done grinding, they explode. So it's kind of cool, and you may want to check it out. Anyways, next up we have the Back Tools mod. The Back Tools mod allows you to actually have the last item or weapon you had on you show up on your back. You may want this, you may not want this. I think if you have this installed, your friends have this installed, and you install it on a server or whatever, I don't really play on servers too much. It may show up on your friend's back, like, you know, their last item on your friend's back, if they have the mod installed or the server has it installed. But anyways, it's kind of cool, I guess. You can go ahead and kind of see it when you go into your inventory. So yeah, this is the Back Tools mod. Then we have the Picture-in-Picture mod, which is also updated to 1.8. I'm not going to bother setting this mod up, but what it does is it actually allows you to see your friend's point of view on your screen. So you can play Minecraft, you can also see your friend's point of view, and I think that's pretty cool. If you play a lot of multiplayer, you can go ahead and do this. I don't know if the server has to have installed. You can read up on this on the forum page, just letting you know that this is a mod updated to 1.8, and you can definitely check it out. The Streak mod, which I was actually going to show, but I just can't seem to get it to work, so you may want to try this. It is updated to 1.8. It says right there, currently for Minecraft 1.8. You may want to check it out. It looks kind of cool, but I couldn't get it to work. Alright, so now we're done with iTunes mods. Now onto some other mods created by other mod creators. This one is called the Zelda Sword Skills mod, and it is unbelievable. I've played Zelda in the past. I think I was recently playing Ocarina of Time. I bought the Game Boy version off the 3DS, and I was playing that. It's awesome. I mean, this mod is just crazy. I mean, any item or anything really Zelda related you can expect to find in this mod. Alright, just so much stuff. It's definitely the ultimate Zelda mod that's out there, and it's a good thing it's also updated to 1.8. I'm just going over some of the few items here. I mean, this mod adds in a lot more items than I'm showing, but I'm just showing some of them here. You start off with the ability to spawn Link's house, and then inside you'll find a key that can open chests, and then you can get a sword right there, just to kind of get you started. And it's kind of like an RPG mod. You can go on, I guess, quests, and you can find dungeons and stuff like that. And I mean, it's crazy. I'm just going over the creative tabs here just to show you all the items here. And here we have the skill orbs. And these are basically just skills you can go ahead to learn, and you can learn like Link's spin attack with his sword, and that's pretty awesome. That's just one of the orbs you can go ahead and, you know, learn different moves from. And you hit P on your keyboard to bring up the skill book, I believe. Alright, you can also have the boomerang here. That's also really fun to use. And this mod is just really something else. It's just crazy. I love this mod so much, and you see all the different items here, and I really need to play this mod. This is the first time I've ever played this mod. I definitely need to really sit down and play this mod. And you just see all the items here, all the blocks, and it's just really crazy. And as I said, there's dungeons you can actually explore, and there's the keys right there, and also a whole bunch of different mobs as well you can go ahead and see there. And yeah, just really nice, and I definitely really like this mod and definitely recommend you check it out. Now if you just want to play with the skill orbs, the mod creator has another mod out called the dynamic swords mod. I think that's just the dynamic sword skills mod. I just looked it up. So it is a mod just like that. You can actually just play with the sword, so you don't have to have the sword skills. You don't have to play with all the Zelda related stuff. So yeah, you can check that mod out if you just want the sword skills. And you can see here the ceramic jars. These spawn all throughout your world. You can break them. You get some, items related to the Zelda. So the Magic Yarn mod is a neat mod that allows you to find your way back to a certain point that you set so that you can explore and then find your way back home really easily. So that was the crafting recipe for this Magic Yarn. It's not found in creative, so you will have to craft it. So once you have it, just set the point, so your house, the beginning of a cave, wherever you want to that you're going to explore from that point on, just right click the ball of yarn. Alright, so then when you venture off or explore, you just go ahead and when you're done, right click that ball of yarn, and it'll go ahead and have a trail of yarn back to the point that you set it as, which I think is really cool. Now it's not that exact path you traveled, alright, but it does take you back to the original spot. I right clicked it above the crafting table, and there you go. Yeah, so it's a really neat mod, and yeah, if you want to go ahead and reset it, so you just want to create a new path or whatever, you just basically squeeze it. So hold down the right click button and that'll go ahead and reset it. Anyways, it's a really nice mod if you want to venture off and find your way back home, and it's just really nice. So mod number 19 is the Pet Bats mod. This is a nice mod that allows you to have multiple bats as pets, and these pets will go ahead and attack things for you as you're attacking things, and overall it's a really nice mod. Nice thing about it is they just kind of fly around you, alright? They don't venture off, fly out in the distance, they always stay near you, and whenever you go ahead and venture off from them, if they get trapped, they'll go ahead and teleport to you. You also have night vision whenever you hold them, whenever they're in your inventory, and you just get them in your inventory through the flute. Now if you want to go ahead and get a pet bat, go ahead and grab yourself a pumpkin pie, find a bat, alright, and just right click the bat with the pumpkin pie. As soon as you do that, he'll become, your pet. And once you have that, you'll get the flute, and you'll be able to then change his name, his level, his experience. The nice thing about this is they don't have to actually kill the mob to get experience. It's just doing attack damage against the mob will go ahead and give them experience. You can see their health and their attack damage. Obviously, as they level up, they'll increase their health and their attack damage as well. Just overall a really nice mod if you want to put bats to more use in Minecraft. Up next is the expanded rails mod, which adds in 3 different types of rails to Minecraft. I mean, you have your normal ones, which you just can see there that they're all kind of different color rails and they look really awesome. Then you have mono rails, and then you have the triple rails. So yeah, just use this mod if you're into the whole roller coasters with Minecraft. I've never been really interested in that, but if you are interested in the railcar systems, roller coasters, definitely check this mod out. You'll be able to make it much more fun and much more colorful because you have all these different variations of it, and it's just really, really awesome. And you're not just stuck with the default Minecraft normal track. You can have these mono ones and triple rails. It's pretty awesome, and I definitely recommend checking this mod out if you are into the railcar systems Minecraft or creating roller coasters. So just overall, a really nice mod to make your rail systems more customizable and colorful. So the redstone paste mod's a nice mod for any of you who like to play around with redstone. I myself never really got into redstone, maybe it's just too much work, but I've never really dealt with it too much. But the redstone paste mod's still pretty cool, and I thought I'd show it because I know a lot of people use redstone. So this paste can actually go on the floor, on the walls, and on the ceilings. It's just really, really awesome. So you're not just restricted to placing redstone on the ground anymore. You can place it up the walls and connect it, and it does power up. So I'll place the lever down here, and there you go, and you see there it powers up all the way from the ground to the wall. If I had some on the ceiling, it could power up there. So it's really nice, and I thought I'd definitely show this mod because I know a lot of people are into redstone. So I found yet another redstone mod. This one doesn't deal with placing any redstone dust or paste down. This one's all wireless, which is pretty cool. So I have the wireless transmitter here that transmits the signal to the receiver underneath the piston block there, and that when I hit the lever, powers up the piston. So that's pretty cool. So what you want to do is go ahead and place down a wireless receiver under what you want to power. Go ahead and change the frequency of it to a frequency that's different from the other wireless transmitters and receivers that you have. I think I set this one to 3. So once you set it to 3, just remember to set the transmitter to 3. Alright, I go just kind of over here in the distance here and just place down their transmitter, change the frequency to 3, and you'll see I place the lever down and it'll go ahead and work. So we'll go ahead and power the piston over there. Everything lights up red, and I don't think distance matters. Up next is the Minecraft Comes Alive mod, which is a really nice mod to add life into your Minecraft game. So the villagers that it adds in, you can actually interact with them, you can build relationships, and eventually you can actually marry them. So you just want to go ahead, right click the crystal ball, take you into an enchanting room, then you just go through these steps here, choose what you want. So right off the bat, you can choose to live with a family, live by yourself, or live in a village. I went ahead and just chose to live in a village just to show you guys some of the different village people that it will go ahead and spawn out, and just kind of see the village here. And yeah, there's there's a little working village here. You can go ahead and actually go up to these people, and you can tell they're all different, and that's pretty cool as well. They actually have kids. You can see, you go ahead and run around here, and as I said, you can interact with these villagers. You can gain relationships, and then you can eventually marry them and have kids. And then when the kids grow up, you can actually have them do chores, so that's kind of fun. And yeah, just interact with them like that. You can give them gifts, and it's a really, really awesome mod. So I think this mod is just pretty interesting, the amount of stuff you can actually do with these villagers, and yes, you can also get rejected. So this is the option of starting off with a family. So you have a wife or a husband and you have a kid. Sometimes you have a kid. When the first time I did this, I did not have a kid. So you just go ahead and procreate and then have a kid, and it's pretty simple. You let the kid grow up, then you can go ahead and have the kid do chores like cut down trees and stuff. And yeah, it's just a pretty interesting mod, and I like this mod, I really do. And then once you get the kid, you can go ahead and give it a name and just let it grow. Up next is the Ships Plus mod, which allows you to create your own ships in Minecraft and actually sail them around. You can have airships. Supposedly, it's in beta right now. I can't seem to get the air balloons working. It's just not picking up the ship for some reason. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Because I haven't spent too much time on this mod yet, just about, 15 minutes or so. But anyways, this mod is in beta right now, as I probably said earlier. It's actually pretty much an alpha, so it's really early for 1.8, but it does work. You're just going to have some glitches here and there. So what you want to do is build your own ship. You want to make sure nothing is underneath it. You want to make sure it's in the air. If it's connected to the ground, it's not going to really work very well because it's going to connect all those other blocks to it. So you can go ahead and place a seat down. You don't have to have this seat, but if you want to place it down, go ahead and place it down. Then you go ahead and place down the ship's helm, which has the wheel on it. And here I go into the transportation tab here, and I just go ahead and show you guys some of the different items. So there's all the air balloons. Again, I wasn't able to get it to work in this, and that could just be because it's an alpha, or it could just be doing something wrong. So once you have the ship's helm set, you want to go ahead, right click it and click assemble ship, and then mount. And then once it's mounted, you're able to kind of fly it around. I think maybe the air balloons was making a little bit of a difference. It was kind of moving the ship a little bit faster on land, but again, I wasn't able to pick it up. Maybe I just have to add a lot more air balloons. But anyways, it's a nice mod, just a little bit buggy. Up next is the custom NPC mod, which is one of the biggest mods for 1.8 and one of the biggest mods probably of all time. The main part of the mod is you're able to spawn in customizable NPC players, and there's just a lot of other features that kind of combine a lot of other mods that are out there. There are a lot of different furniture that you can go ahead and use, a lot of different items. This mod is also a really nice armor mod as well as a weapon mod. And you can see here just all the different items, and you can arm your NPCs with it that you create, or you can actually just use these yourself. So it's a nice, NPC mod, it's a nice weapon mod, it's a nice furniture mod. So if you want to go ahead and spawn in some of the NPCs, you just go ahead and use the NPC wand, and then you go ahead and it'll automatically open up this GUI screen. So it'll have a randomly generated name. Here you can also change the size of it, and you can see here, just go through the tabs, you can go ahead and customize the NPC to have armor, some weapons, and you can just keep on going and go through this, and it's really customizable. So here I am just messing around with the size. Here is the smallest size that they can go ahead and be, and just a really nice mod, and there's just too much stuff I can really go over in this mod. I can just brush over it pretty much. You can also kind of copy them, so you can go ahead and save them. I have one of the original ones that I had spawned out, so you go ahead and you can save them. You have a bunch of different tabs. You can go ahead and just make a bunch of them into tab 1, so I just set it to tab 1 just to kind of differentiate it. So there we go. You can go ahead and spawn it out just like that, and there you go. There is the other spawn. So I went ahead, and here's the first one that I had gotten. I just spawned it out like that. So it's really nice. You can, copy these and paste them, so you can have a bunch of them different or the same settings, and you just kind of paste them and change their name. So that's really nice. So using that cloning, you can also spawn out regular Minecraft mobs, pigs, cows, and stuff, and you can go ahead and actually spawn out the mob spawner as well, so that's another cool feature. And you can just see how I'm just scrolling through all the items here and weapons, and it's just really awesome. If you're looking for weapons, you're looking for furniture, you're looking for an ability to create NPC villagers, definitely check this mod out, and there's a lot more to it than just this. Up next is the Frozen mod, which adds in characters and abilities from the Frozen movie, which I have never seen, nor am I probably going to see, but I have seen the TV show Once Upon a Time, and Elsa and Anna were in it, so I know kind of who they are. So one thing this mod does is it also adds in the armor, so you can actually kind of look like them. But Elsa's armor gives you kind of, magical abilities because she has magic powers. So one of the things you can do is whenever you walk on water, it'll actually turn to ice. Another thing is when you're going to walk on lava, that'll turn to obsidian. So it's kind of helpful, I guess, but you also have to wear a dress. You can also shoot freezing bolts, so just right click, it'll go ahead and shoot a freezing bolt at your enemies, and I guess it's pretty useful, and you can see it actually goes ahead and creates an ice block whenever you shoot it. And the characters will also say stuff that I guess you'd expect them to say from the movie. Mod number 27 is the Pandora's Box mod. If you don't know what the Pandora's Box mod is, it's pretty much a Greek mythology thing that contains all of the evils in the world. Now this mod doesn't necessarily have bad stuff happen absolutely every time, but it is completely unpredictable and all just completely random, alright? So here I had some cows and animals spawn in. This time I think I have just some flowers spawn in, some sheep spawn in, and a structure generate. So yeah, it's just kind of fun to see what actually will happen, and as I said, it's completely unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to be really bad or just generating a structure in front of you. What happens next is pretty crazy. It actually generates an entire biome around me, which is crazy. Look at this, an entire jungle biome. It spawned in near me. That is ridiculous. So definitely make a backup of your world. If you don't, you may have problems and your world will just not be the same when you use this mod. So definitely make a backup of your world, specifically for this mod and any mod I show in this video. But wow, it's just really fun to use, and as I said, completely unpredictable. It's very similar to the Lucky Blocks mod, which I'll show in a little bit, but this one, you're going to have a bunch of other stuff that it can do, or things that can happen, and it is just pretty fun to open up and see what happens. Mod number 28 is called the Sword Art Online UI mod. Now, I don't know what Sword Art Online is. I think it's a game and maybe an anime. I'm really not too sure. If you know it, you're familiar with it, let me know in the comment section exactly what it is. Anyways, it adds in a pretty cool UI screen for Minecraft. When you're in your inventory here, you can actually move around. And if you don't like this specific inventory, you know how the inventory is set up with all the different tabs, and then that's how you kind of switch around your items. You can also disable that and have the default Minecraft inventory, so it's a lot easier. Mobs will also have their health bar on there, and it does fully work. It's kind of curved. This mod's kind of meant for like a virtual reality setup, so if you have the Oculus Rift, this will be pretty good. But it does work fine if you don't have the Oculus Rift, if you're just playing with the monitor. It's just, overall, it's a pretty nice mod. You see it on the screen there, you have your health bar with, it looks pretty awesome, as well as the hit points that you have, as well as your level. And your 9 inventory slots are no longer on the bottom of the screen, it's right on the side of the screen there. I actually kind of like this setup on the screen, your inventory slots and the health like that, much better than default Minecraft. But this, the whole inventory, I'd rather have default Minecraft. And here you can go ahead and change, to have the default UI or have the default inventory. You can change it right here, so every time you hit E now, it'll go ahead and show you your default Minecraft inventory, just a little bit easier. And overall, I really like this mod. As I said, I like this setup right here that you have on the screen right here, better than default Minecraft. And if you have any problems, like this screen won't come up again because you set the inventory or something, I had that problem. Deleting the configuration file and then reloading the mod again will go ahead and create a new configuration file, and it'll be all back to normal, and then you can mess around with the settings again. That's just what I did in case that doesn't work for you, this doesn't want to come back up for you. So by default, it won't actually let you log out. So what you have to do is go into the settings here, go to the settings tab. You see there, it won't let you log out even if you press it. So go to the options, scroll on down until you have can log out. Make sure that's highlighted. Once it's highlighted, you go back into the options tab. You'll go ahead, or the settings tab, you'll have the log out feature, and then you can log out of your world. The next mod is the Universal Coins mod, which is a pretty cool mod. So what you first want to do is grab a Universal Bank, go ahead and set up an account here. Just go ahead and open an account, grab your credit card, and once you have your credit card, you now basically have a bank account. And once you have that, you can deposit some money into here, and you can just give yourself some money. Or if you want to, I'll show you guys just what to do in just a little bit. But you're going to first off get a card. If you have any money, put it in there. Alright, and it's Minecraft money, not real money. And then you're going to want to go to a trade system. This is a universal trade system that you can use to buy and sell items. Now, if you want to buy an item, you'll have to find the item first, or just grab it through creative mode. I grabbed a blaze rod here, and you just go ahead, place it right next to your credit card, and then you can buy the item. You see here, the blaze rod, it costs 600 coins, and yeah, and when you sell them back, obviously you're going to take a little bit of a loss, but you can find items, sell it here, get more coins. I think this is a pretty interesting mod. And you saw there, I bought it, and then the balance in my bank account went lower. So I think this is just fun to use, and you can just keep on doing it. And you can see here, I think I showed selling. Obviously you're going to take a little bit of a loss because it's not going to sell for what you buy it at. So you can also quickly deposit money if you use an Ender safe. So you just go ahead, place your money in there, and this is the current balance I have right now. I placed it in there, it went up, and we go back to our bank account, put our card in, go into our balance, we see that the balance is the same as what it is in the safe. So mod number 30 is the version checker mod. I'm having to redo this because somehow mods number 98 through 100 got in place of this. I have no idea. I have to render and re-upload the video. Anyways, this is called the version checker mod. It lets you check to see if you have mods that are outdated. Don't know if it'll work for every single mod you have here, but I just had the iChun utility mod. An older version of it downloaded, and if you double click it, you'll see this page here. You can actually open the web page to the the download page for the mod. You can download the latest build of it, and it's just nice. It just tells you what mod you have outdated. I don't know if it'll work for every mod, but I just downloaded the iChun utility mod. It told me when you click mark as downloaded and you close out of Minecraft, it'll actually delete the old mod, but you still have to install the mod, the new one yourself. But it's just a nice mod, and you saw the thing right next to the Minecraft realms there. That's how you get to it. Mod number 31 is the bunker mod. Now this is a mod that adds an unbreakable blocks that you can go ahead and build houses out of so that creepers don't end up blowing up your house. So if you want a mod that features a lot of different just unbreakable blocks, if that's all you want just to build your house out of, I recommend the security craft mod, which I've shown a little bit. Anyways, this mod is just good for the hidden doors. I really like this feature. It's been a while. I think the last time I saw a mod that did this was back in Minecraft 1.3.1, I think. That was the last time I took a look at it. It adds in these hidden doors, which are really nice. So you can just go ahead and add in the button to go ahead and just kind of blend in, and you can just look like you have secret passages in your house. And right now, like the oak planks here, they for some reason look a little bit darker from the blocks here. I didn't notice it in my other world that I had this set up in, so it could just be the lighting or something. And right now it doesn't have a bookcase button, and the bookcase door won't open. You can use like a lever or a redstone or whatever you want to do to open that up, but right now it doesn't have it. And I think the mod creator is going to add in some more stuff in the future, but right now if you're looking for just unbreakable blocks, I definitely recommend the security craft mod. But if you want hidden doors, check this mod out. Up next is Mr. Crayfish's Furniture mod. Now this is a mod that adds in a lot of unique items just to make your Minecraft world or house seem more realistic. And I just have some examples here that you can see, just some of the things you can add to your house here. You can have some chairs in your kitchen, you can have a dishwasher, you can have a stove, you can have some TVs, a computer. It's really nice, and a lot of these are also interactable, so you can actually cook on the stove. Here's a trash can. It's really nice. It really is pretty nice there. And there's my bedroom I have set up. I would use my own worlds, but they're lost and long gone, and I don't feel like really building a full house right now. I just want to get this video done. Anyways, here I take a look at the tab in creative mode. Now, not a lot of these, or not all of them, are going to be usable. Some of them are work in progress and they just aren't added in yet. Like here we have the table up here. I'll go ahead and grab it right now. The table, it's not added in yet, and so are a lot of them. And if it's not added in, you'll just have that little message pop up on the screen. But from the ones that are usable right now, they are really nice and very well done. And I definitely recommend this mod if you're wanting to add more realistic items to your Minecraft game. Mod number 33 is called the World Edit mod, which is probably the best mod if you want to edit your world. And you can do a lot of different things here. I just drained some water, so it's nice. You have a little lake or whatever, you can just quickly drain. The amount of stuff you can edit is just crazy. You can also copy and paste things, and there's a long list of features on their forum page. I mean, I'm not going to go through everything, but just a couple here and there. This is the copy feature, so you can go ahead and type //wand. They'll go ahead and give you the wand. You right click and then left click to set the points, and then you type in //copy. They'll copy, and then you can paste that structure in the same world that you're in or in other worlds that you have. So it's a nice way to transfer houses and stuff between worlds. There you see it just copies in or pastes in just like that. This mod just allows you to do a lot of different things. You can do things like fill in crevices, generate things like cylinders and pyramids out of glass. You can fix flowing water and lava issues. It's just a lot of different things you can do. You just read the forum page, let's look at the features. If it looks interesting to you, then definitely install the mod. If you hit L on your keyboard, you'll bring up like a little reference guide that you can see while you're in game. I don't know if it covers everything, but it does cover quite a bit of stuff. Up next is the Spectral Guns mod, which adds in a really customizable pistol into Minecraft. You can have this shoot fireballs, you can have it shoot snowballs, you can have it shoot stars, ninja stars, you can have it shoot food. It's kind of a really awesome customizable gun. So what you want to do is go to one of these Spectral Gun workbenches. You can just grab it from creative mode, and then what you'll need is a wrench, and also grab with the Spectral Gun that they have right here, just so you have a reference of the parts. And this way, this just, when you place the gun in here, you can see what parts exactly go where. You can just hover over it, tells you what the parts are. So there you see, those are all the default parts. And when you have the workbench on, it fires up. You actually see the wrench and the gun on top of the workbench. So once you have the parts you have, make sure you're going to shoot what you want to shoot here. Just go ahead and you can just replace them. So you can see, okay, the barrel goes there, the scope goes there, the magazine goes there, so you can just see here. And once you have everything, I think I messed up here. I actually put the golden grip with the golden grip there. Whatever, I just did that. And then go ahead and grab the gun. So you can see there, you have the gun now, and once you put it in your inventory, and you can see also exactly what you also have on there, even though you just put it on. Hit R to reload, keep on reloading until you're full of ammo, and then you can start shooting. And also make sure you have the ammo for that specific gun as well. I'm in creative mode, so I don't have to worry about the ammo. It shoots regardless. So you just right click to shoot, and you can actually press Z to go ahead and zoom in. So it's just a nice customizable gun mod. It's nice that you have different ammo you can shoot. You don't just have to shoot a little bullet every single time you have some variations. Mod number 35 is the iMod, and this will be the last new mod that I show in this video. The rest are older mods that I've shown in my top 30 mods or my top 1.8 mods of the week. So this mod is the iMod. It adds in a realistic iPod and iPhone into Minecraft, which are really, it not necessarily looks real, but it works just like how phones actually work. You can actually have a code set up, so you have to type in a code every time you access it. First thing you want to do though is add SD cards. Without SD cards you won't be able to add any apps, so make sure you install a bunch of SD cards so they have plenty of room on the computer. Here I'm just playing around with one of the basic apps here, the calculator app, so that's kind of cool. So you want to go in the app store right there, and you'll be able to scroll through the apps here. So you'll need emeralds to buy the apps. This costs 3 emeralds, so it's not actual dollars, just costs emeralds. So once you buy the app, you'll be able to enter the app. So with this particular app, you're able to set your spawn point, heal yourself, kill yourself, and change your experience level, which I think is kind of cool. So then you can go back into your app store and keep on buying apps and just see what they have here. Another cool one is the TNT one. You can actually create customizable TNT, and you just kind of set the coordinates and explode the TNT. So I think that is kind of cool, and this is a really nice implementation of an iPod or an iPhone in Minecraft. And that's about it for the mod. You can also charge it, so your battery will drain, so you can just charge it also when you go into the settings. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about the mod. Sorry if it seems like I'm getting lazy towards the end of these new mods. I've already completed the next part of this video, so this is the last thing for me to do, and all I have to do now is edit. Alright, so from this point on, I'll be showing older mods that I've already shown on the channel. If you guys are brand new to the channel, a lot of these mods may still be new to you, but if you've already seen some of my older videos, my top 30 mods videos, or maybe all of my top 1.8 mods of the week, a lot of these mods you've already seen. So I'll be using some of the older recordings that I've used here, and I'll be going through video by video. So first video I'll show is my top 30 mods, so I'm showing all the mods in that video. So if you guys have already seen that, you can actually click another annotation, skip to the next one. So if you guys have missed certain episodes of my top 1.8 mods of the week, you can watch more of a condensed version of it from this point on. Anyways, also you see there the numbers will be different. I'll put the real number right below it. That's kind of burned into the video, so I have to do it that way. Anyways, this mod here is called the Better PvP mod. It's a nice PvP mod for Minecraft. You get a nice little mini map there. It shows your coordinates. Also shows any potion effects up on the top of the screen there, which is also nice. It also shows your armor durability, which also is pretty nice as well. And just overall, a really nice PvP mod for Minecraft. So whenever you're low on hunger, low on health, there's a danger that you're going to get caught up in an explosion, or you're getting shot at by arrows, notification actually pop up on the screen there. You see I'm low on hunger right now, so that hunger notification's on the screen. And there's other smaller things that you can read up on their forum page if you want to get into this mod. So the Instance Structures mod is one of the biggest 1.8 mods that I've seen so far. It is just absolutely astonishing, okay? So what it does is it adds in over 290 instance structures that you can really quickly spawn in, and they're not necessarily instant, depending on, because some of these are like, they have like 3 million blocks, some of these structures, and they may take a little while to load in, but most of them may load in almost instantly. Alright, so what you want to do is once you get this wiki, it'll drop near your feet when you enter a new world. Just go ahead and pick it up. Alright, you'll go ahead and this screen will pop up. If you've already had it open, go to your taskbar and get it that way. Anyways, so you'll get this screen. This is where you can actually select the different structures that you want to go ahead and add in. I think when I was doing this video, it only had about 170 structures, and now it has 290, which is just crazy. Alright, so you can just see some of the different structures you have there. You can have art, you can have hot air balloons, you can have medieval houses, which I have here. So what you want to do is just pick whichever one you want to go ahead and spawn in, click it, and hit OK. That just lets you know that it's dropping near your feet, and there you go. It goes ahead and just gives you it. So there's the Viking house that I had. So what you want to do is just right click the ground, alright, right click it again, and hit yes. Alright, so depending on how many blocks this certain structure will add in will depend on how long it takes. I think it's about, depending on your computer size also. For me, I think it was about 1200 blocks per second, so just just depending on, you know, how big it is will depend on how long it takes. So anyways, as you see there's the house, and it's very detailed inside also. This mod is just really awesome. You may have to do a little extra work here and there just to kind of make the outside look a little bit nicer, you know, how you saw the grass blocks there. But overall, it's a really awesome mod, and I definitely recommend checking out. So the mini bosses mod isn't anything too crazy like the instant structures mod. It just simply adds in some new bosses that you can go ahead and battle. So obviously this mod is just for those of you who are looking for more things to kill, and you can see they're kind of strange looking, and yeah, that's just, I don't know, it's just kind of nice if you're looking for more mobs to kill. And once you kill them, you're going to get some cool loot, and that's really the whole point of the mod. So the center or ore sniffer mod allows you to sniff out, or if you don't want to cheat and get it through creative mode and you just want some help finding or locating different types of ores. So what you want to do is hit O on your keyboard until you select the ore that you want to look for. So say you want to find some diamond ore, you hit O until you get to the diamond ore, and then you right click, and every time you right click you'll go ahead and sniff out the ore. So it leaves a trail down to wherever the diamond ore will be. So or at least the nearest diamond ore. So then you can dig down, and 62 blocks down we'll find some diamond ore. And then when you want to sniff for some more ores, just hit O on your keyboard until you'll find that ore that you want to sniff for, and you right click to sniff. It's a really neat mod, and if you want to disable it, you hit L on your keyboard. So the next mod is called the Weapon Arsenal mod, which is nice if any of you are looking for more weapons to fight with while playing Minecraft. So here you see just some of the different items on the inventory bar there and on the side of the screen. And it's really awesome. It's just adds in so many different things, and the mod creator made it seem like a lot of them are really overpowered. The only one that's really overpowered is the overpowered greatsword, and that's meant for an OP weapon on a server, but it works in survival mode. So if you want to kill things with one hit, use that overpowered greatsword. And you can just see here just a whole bunch of different little types of weapons here, and it's you know, it's a really fun mod to play around with. And here I'm using the overpowered greatsword there, and I missed the first 2 times. And yeah, it's just, you know, pretty awesome. The Molotov cocktail is also nice if you want to destroy your world a bit. Now it doesn't create the fire like, you know, in other games that include a Molotov cocktail, but it just kind of includes an explosion. And you can see there once I right click, and it just, if you want to destroy your world a bit, there you go, definitely use this mod. And yeah, this mod is a pretty awesome mod if you just want some more weapons like nunchucks, fencing, foils, and stuff like that. So the paintball mod is a really nice paintball mod for Minecraft. It's meant to be played on a multiplayer server or a LAN server. However, it fully works in single player. If you want some guns to shoot, definitely use this mod, although I am showing in a mod that actually adds in like real guns to Minecraft a little bit later. But yeah, it's really awesome. You can aim down in the sight. If you use the sniper rifle, you actually have a scope, and yeah, it actually shoots paintballs, and it's a really awesome mod. Now you see here this rack right there, that's actually, and because I'm the red team right now, I can actually use this rack and get all the different, all the different weapons. It just goes ahead and gets you started off. So you can see there that there's 6 different teams: red team, orange team, yellow team, green team, blue team, and purple team. Once you wear all of the armor components to that specific color, you go ahead and belong to that specific team. So you can have 6 different teams running around shooting at each other, and yeah, it's a really awesome paintball mod, really, really realistic. So you can go ahead, as I said, aim down sight and use these guns here, and you see the paintballs. It's really nice. So right now I'm actually shooting on the ground. You can actually see it kind of makes a little splatter on the ground as it actually would if you shoot an actual paintball at the ground. And yeah, it's really awesome. So you can actually see where you shoot. This mod I have for you is called the Shipwrecks mod. It's a mod that obviously adds in some pirate ships that have shipwrecked onto the beaches or somewhere in the ocean. So the mod is mainly just meant to make oceans and beaches a little more interesting, because as of right now they're kind of boring. But anyways, this gives it a little more incentive to actually explore around. This is, I believe, the biggest ship that it adds in, which is the Wave Runner, and I didn't actually find any loot inside it. That might be because the lower deck is kind of half in the ground, and that might be why I didn't find any loot. But I think this one's supposed to be carrying some valuable ore and stuff like that. And then other ones, there's some smaller ships that also shipwreck, and sometimes there'll be chests around on the ocean floor that have, you know, kind of scattered like them when the ship broke apart. But yeah, it's a cool mod if you want to explore the ocean a little more. If you want to actually go underneath water, have night vision, and be able to breathe, go ahead and put on their diving suit. You'll be given night vision. You'll also be given some slowness, but you'll be able to see, and you'll be able to breathe underwater. So anyways, definitely cool mod if you want to actually, you know, have some pirate ships that you're able to search. So the next mod is called the Doggy Talents mod. The Doggy Talents mod will go ahead and give you a dog, or you'll actually have a doggy charm. You right click it and a dog will go ahead and spawn in these. Now these are kind of smarter than wolves, at least the AI is supposed to be smarter than wolves, and they're supposed to be a lot more playful than wolves also. Alright, so basically what you're going to want to do is right click it with a trading treat and then right click it with a stick. Alright, so right clicking it with a stick will go ahead and open up the GUI. It'll start off at level 0, and every time you give it a treat, its level will go ahead and boost up. Alright, over here on this side of the screen here is all the different tricks that you can actually teach the mod. That's why it's teach the dog. That's why it's called the Doggy Talents mod. 18 different talents or tricks that you can actually teach them. You can have them find your bed for you. The pack puppy, this actually can allow your dog to actually carry things for you. Just a lot of different things. It's a lot, and it's really awesome. The puppy eyes will go ahead and make the villagers actually give you some presents. The higher the level and the skills, the quality of the random gifts will be. So yeah, you can go ahead and actually keep on leveling up certain ones. The higher the level, the more, you know, the better the dog will perform the trick. So say we want puppy eyes and we want to go ahead and level it up. So when we go ahead and we do the level, it takes 1 point away from us. Alright, from level 2 to 3, it will increase the amount of points taken. I believe it should take 2. Yep, it just took 2, and then 3 for the next one, and then 4, and then it should take 5 points away to level all the way up to 5, and 5 is the biggest level that it can get. Alright, so yeah, that is the sort of the premise behind that, and then you can go ahead and just keep on giving your dog treats, and you just keep on doing that, and you can go ahead, if he's normal, you can give him a training treat, super treat, or a master treat if he's just sort of a normal dog. You keep on doing that until you go ahead and get your dog to dire level, which is level 60. We're almost there. I'll just keep on doing this. Alright, there he's at level 60, and then you can go ahead and actually give him a dire treat, and that starts his dire level. When he gets to level 30 of dire level, he'll go ahead and become an ultimate dog, and there'll be, I think, some purple little special effects around him. But anyways, yeah, that's the mod. It also adds in stuff. You can actually have him go ahead and throw the bone. If he wasn't sitting down, he'll go ahead and actually bring the bone back. When he actually brings it back, it'll be you'll actually have drool on it. There you go, and you have to kind of wipe it off and then go ahead and throw it again. But yeah, also a bunch of other stuff like beds and other just doggy type of stuff, just meant for you have a dog in Minecraft. So the next mod I have to show you is a really easy to use mod that allows you to build things much faster in creative mode. So what you want to do, this is just an example if you want to build a floor, alright, go ahead, place 2 blocks down. As you see there, I have them at a diagonal, so go ahead and fill them in as if they were a square or a rectangle. So go ahead, connect them with the cursor, use the hammer, right click one of the blocks, and it'll go ahead and fill that in. So it's just really fast way to build things, alright, much quicker than you know, placing 72 blocks down manually. So there I see, you know, I'm showing you guys how to build a wall. There you go, and you can actually erase the last thing you had the cursor set to. So if you want to go ahead and erase certain things, whether it's the creations that you made, just go ahead and right click them like that with the cursor, use the eraser, and you're able to go ahead and erase them. One thing, another thing that the mod adds in is the copy and paste feature, which right now doesn't really work very well, in my opinion at least. So I'll go ahead and just kind of create a little floor here, 12 block thing, copy them, and I mean, it does paste them in, but sometimes it'll go ahead and instead of pasting them like this, like on the ground like that original block was, it'll go ahead and paste them up and down. Don't know why I'll do that sometimes, but sometimes it will do that. And you know, sometimes it'll place the blocks above them, and it just doesn't work very well right now, but I think it is a newer feature added into this mod. So the Dynamic Lights mod is a nice mod to add more realistic lighting to Minecraft. So say there's an item in Minecraft that emits light that you have in your inventory, it will go ahead and emit the light through your inventory, which I think is really cool. So all you have to do to hold a torch or to have a torch light in area is just to simply hold it. So you don't necessarily have to keep on placing them down as you're moving through the woods. You can just simply hold the torch in your hand and it'll go ahead and emit the light as you move along, and I think that is pretty cool. Another thing you can notice is that depending on the item will depend on how much light gets emitted while you're holding it. So like just like the redstone torch, it doesn't emit as much light as the regular torch, so when you're holding it in your inventory, it doesn't emit as much light as the regular torch does. So I think that's pretty cool, and I definitely think this kind of feature should be enabled in default Minecraft. So the next mod is the Ruins mod, which adds in a whole bunch of randomly generated ruins that you can go ahead and explore in and just kind of loot. Usually they're pretty small, and usually they're just basically completely in ruins. And some of them do spawn in like this, where they're mostly in one piece, and they kind of look like a tomb. And you go in them, you can go ahead and collect the loot, battle the mobs that are inside them, And yeah, that's just the whole point of the mod, is just to find some of these generated in structures, loot them, battle the mobs. And as I said, some of them are generated in just kind of to look like complete ruins, and then some of them are actually pretty cool structures. Like there's a castle in the sky that I found on the forum page. I've not been able to find that yet, but that's just one of them that really looks pretty cool that I really want to find. But overall, it's just a mod for you to go ahead, find the ruins, and go ahead and loot them. This next mod is called the Roguelike Dungeons mod. It's kind of like another structure-based mod. However, instead of creating structures above ground, it goes ahead and creates a huge dungeons underneath your ground, and you know, a bunch of different dungeons as well. It's not just like you have to look for this one little thing that will go ahead and show you guys one dungeon. It spawns all throughout your world. So anyways, you'll find this little tower-looking thing. You go on inside. You'll go ahead and take the stairs down, down the stairs here into the actual dungeons. And as I said, they're huge, huge dungeons. You'll go ahead and you'll actually find some a lot of loot and a lot of different mobs down here also. So yeah, just you could actually fall down there, and I just did. Anyway, so yeah, as I said, there's a lot of different mobs in here. However, there's also some loot, and obviously there's going to be some good loot every now and then. But yeah, it's kind of fun to just explore around in these, you know, see what you can get, battle these mobs. It's not necessarily a mini game, but it's kind of cool, kind of fun to use, kind of different also. Yeah, so you can go ahead and just explore down here. It's kind of cool. There we go. Actually, it does have some light sources, so you can actually find some light switches down here also. It's a nice little mod. If you want to go ahead and search things, it has some little checkpoints here where you can actually go ahead and sleep, and some more loot. So yeah, cool mod. Definitely check it out if you're wanting some more you know, structure-based mods. So this next mod is called the Mystical Epicarno Dimensions mod, and what it does is it adds in a new dimension that you can actually play around in. It's kind of a pretty cool dimension. Just, you know, you can just see a little bit of it right here. It's pretty cool. To actually get into the dimension, you go ahead and you place down a glowstone lantern, which their crafting recipes right on the forum page. We're not going to go into it. And I just walked into it, so it's going to take me back to the overworld. And now that I'm back where I was, you can see the mobs again. They look really weird. It reminds me a lot of the More Creeps and Weirdos mod back in Minecraft 1.2.5. I think I brought that up already in this video back in near the beginning. But yeah, it's just really weird looking mobs. Some of them are more detailed than others, like the Lost Miner here. You can say he's really detailed, and he's a pretty cool mob. Yeah, it's just a really interesting biome to explore around. And as you see right there, there's actually some temples. There's quite a few temples. You can go ahead and find them. You can go ahead and battle the bosses and, you know, find out what's inside the temples. And just overall a pretty interesting dimension, and definitely check it out if you're wanting some more dimensions. Just remember, to get into the dimension, you place down a glowstone lantern and you walk into it, and then you go back to the overworld, you do the same thing. So the next mod is called the Battle Towers mod. You'll find these really big towers throughout your world. Some of them are made with different blocks, some of them have more levels than others, but the whole premise behind them, whether, you know, depending on whatever building you're in, the premise is you go in, you go ahead, you fight the mobs, you go ahead and you loot the chests, and you keep on making your way up the staircases. So it's a pretty cool mod, and it's definitely probably really fun to play on like a little LAN server or a multiplayer server and battle this with other people. So yeah, it's just kind of fun to do. It's kind of like a little mini game, I guess. So once you make it all the way to the top, you'll find the boss. Alright, now when I used to play this, it would be kind of glitchy, so sometimes the boss would just kind of fall through and it wouldn't necessarily work. Sometimes it'll go ahead and just explode the chest as soon as you get there, but once you kill the boss, you go ahead, you get some diamond and redstone and stuff, and then you'll be able to enter the chest. Now you want to make sure you hurry up, you loot the chest, and then you start making your way down, because what ends up happening is the layers, they start to actually explode, starting from the top layer and then going down. So you see, you actually get some extra stuff as soon as it explodes. So just make your way down and then collect any additional loot that you missed or that the mod just gave you through the explosions. Next up is the Animal Bikes mod, which adds for a much better way to travel through your world. You can travel on the Ender Dragon here, you can go ahead and travel on the Easter Bunny, you can travel on Notch's head, you can travel on a flower, you can go around pretty much on a lot of different things, especially just Minecraft related, and then as I said, you have some other things like the Easter Bunny, Chocobos, Notch's head, and there's a lot of different animal bikes you can go ahead and have. So to actually mount these, you just right click them, and to dismount you hit shift. So it's pretty simple. and yeah, it's really cool. You can ride around on a dragon. So it might be a little glitchy here. I think the mod is still in beta, so it may just randomly crash as it did for me, I think, when I was making this original recording here. But yeah, it's just really nice. And you know, depending on which one you'll have will depend on how fast they go. And this mod was actually kind of meant for a server, you know, that you just go ahead and race things. They're actually meant to be raced on against other people. But it does work on your single player world, just moving around and getting from point A to point B. And just overall a really nice mod if you're looking for other means of transportation. This mod is called the Shaders mod, which is one of my favorite mods. It's probably my favorite Minecraft mod of all time. It's just, it makes Minecraft look absolutely beautiful. Now, depending on the shader pack you use, some shader packs aren't going to be as nice as this one. This is, at least in my opinion, is probably the nicest shader pack out there. It's called the Sonic Others Unbelievable Shaders pack, and right now it's raining. Whenever it's raining, it just looks so awesome. It looks so realistic, and it's just wow. That's all I can just say. Wow, that's all I can say about it. Anyways, you will need a decent computer to run this and certain shader packs. Some shader packs are meant for lower end computers, and while they might not look like this, they look somewhat like it, and it's much better. It's 100 times better than default Minecraft. Alright, so what you want to do if you can't run this or you lag too much when you load this shader pack up, what you want to do is install Optifine along with it. I'll probably show this in this video, but you want to install Optifine along with this. It's a Forge mod, same as this, and you just put it in your mods folder, and it will go ahead and you'll get better frames per second when you run this. I was actually lagging with this mod, and I usually don't, but I think it was something to do with my Java version, so I was lagging. I installed Optifine, and it, you know, ran smoothly for me from that point on. So make sure you do install Optifine if you're running this mod, and it will run much smoother. You can do other things like go into your video settings, and also if you go into options, this is the shaders button. So you can go into your shaders button. You can actually pick the shaders that you have here. The shaders are actually installed in the shader packs folder. So after you run Minecraft with the mod installed, you'll get a shader packs folder in your .minecraft folder. So you put the shader packs in here. Change your render distance down if you lag. That will definitely help tremendously. So changing your graphics from fancy to fast should also help, and also you can go ahead and disable the regular Minecraft clouds if you're running this specific shader pack to have just those clouds up there. Yeah, so again, your computer may not be able to run it. Try those things that I said. Use Optifine, change your render distance down. If you want to, try a different shader pack. I'll probably have the Y shaders, which is I think similar. I just saw screenshots of it, but I'll leave a link to the Y shaders in the description. The next mod I have for you is actually a pretty small mod. However, it is very helpful when it comes to kind of navigating through your terrain in Minecraft. It's very helpful when going from high places to lower places very quickly. It's called the parachute mod. Alright, so there's two different parachutes. You have a hop and pop parachute, and that's as simple as just jumping off a cliff and right clicking it, and it'll go ahead and activate the parachute. And then you have the more traditional parachute, which is that right there. It looks like a bag. Let me just switch to survival mode. So it looks like a bag. You go ahead and place it in your armor slot there, and to activate it, you'll need a ripcord, or you can get an automatic device. I didn't even bother getting out that, but with the automatic device you can right click it when it's in your inventory to turn it on, and then whenever you're a certain amount, you know, when you're like 20 or so blocks above ground, it will go ahead and activate the parachute for you. But we're going to use the ripcord and the traditional kind of parachute, and we're going to go ahead and jump off. Now whenever you want, you can go ahead and right click, and you'll be able to go ahead and activate the parachute. And they have all different colors for the parachute as well. You can also kind of steer around a little bit, and you can also, if you press the space bar, you're able to move up in your altitude here. It's just very easy when it comes to navigating throughout your world, and I definitely recommend it. And it's pretty fun to use also. And if you press shift, do not press shift when you're in the air unless you're a reasonable height above ground. If you press shift, this is what happens. You go ahead and you fall to your death. So do not press shift unless you are like 5 blocks above ground. The next mod is called the Dr. Cyano's Wonderful Wands and Wizarding Robes. It's a mod that adds in some wizarding robes like you see here, a whole bunch of different colors, as well as some wands as well. These are just a couple that I went ahead and picked out. You can see here's some wands here, and then there's a bunch of wands here. So there's a lot of different wands. I just went ahead and grabbed a couple just to quickly show you guys. So anyways, here we have the Wand of Death. When you hold down basically the cast button to cast these spells out, and we completely missed that cow up there. Anyways, you hold down the right click button and you go ahead and send out the spell. Here we have the Wand of Fire, which goes ahead and shoots fireballs. Here we have the Wand of Lightning, which is another cool one. It actually has a really cool animation, and go ahead and lightning bolt things. Here we have the Wand of Teleportation. This actually changed a little bit since the last time I checked out the mod. Anyways, before it would shoot out an ender pearl and it would go ahead and teleport you to the place, and now it's just, you know, immediately teleports you wherever you click. Here we have the Wand of Healing, which is a nice one. If you're in combat, you quickly switch to it, you'll be able to heal yourself. And here's one of the tool parts mods. So basically there's two different sets of combat and a tool set of wands. Here's part of the tool ones. Here we can actually grow sugarcane here and saplings and everything that you're able to use bone meal on, you're able to grow. And then the Wand of Harvesting is another wand that uses in farming. You can go ahead and click it. It's fun to use. Anyway, so yeah, that's just some of the mods here, or some of the wands here. And as I said, you're able to dye all these wizarding robes, whole bunch of different colors, and it's a really fun mod if you ever wanted to be a wizard. The next mod is called the Lucky Blocks mod. This is a really popular mod for 1.8 and it's definitely really fun to use. So it just adds in one block. Well, it's actually 3 different blocks, but they all look exactly the same. Here I think I have the very lucky blocks spawned out here. Okay, so whenever you break it, something very lucky will happen if it's the very lucky blocks. If it's the regular lucky blocks, you can have something lucky or something bad happen. If you have the very unlucky blocks, then there's a good chance you're going to have something unlucky happen. And all of these are just completely random. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of different possibilities, and I believe there's just a whole bunch of fan-made Lucky Blocks mods out there to add, you know, even more possibilities. So it's just really, really awesome. And these are just the regular Lucky Blocks mod. So I could have some bad stuff happen, like there's a really big giant zombie, and yeah, I'm just getting mainly some armor and some tools right now. But yeah, it's just really random, and it's a pretty fun mod to use though. Here's the really unlucky blocks, and I know I have something bad happen right here, and there we go. I'm dead. So again, you can't really tell what blocks you're going to end up hitting, so it's just completely random. Even that's completely random. So it's definitely a fun mod to use. The next mod I have for you is called the Minions mod. The Minions mod is a mod that adds in 4 little minions. So first off, before you can get the minions that you can command to do things like chop down forests, dig mine shafts, stuff like that. It's a really cool mod. You have to get your level up to 8. Alright, and I had already done this. So anyways, what you do, once you get your level to 8, you want to press M on your keyboard, and it'll go ahead and say the darkness listens, and then you have to commit to evil, and these can be just kind of silly little things like jam radio frequencies. So go ahead and do that. Once you do that 4 times, you'll go ahead and be given the Master's Staff. Master Staff, once you use it, you'll be able to spawn in the minions, 4 little minions, and your food bar will go down quite a bit when you actually do this. Whenever you use the thing, I should have got some food, but I forgot. But anyways, yeah, these little minions, they're not the Despicable Me minions, but they are little minions, and you are the evil villain, and you can control them around. So some simple commands that you can do is you can use this wand, and you can actually right-click a tree, and they'll start chopping down the trees for you. So they'll chop down the entire forest for you, so that's pretty cool. If you want to go ahead and have them stop, you just basically right-click the ground. They'll kind of go to that area now. It may be a little bit buggy, but they do go to that area that you right-click. If you go ahead and hold down right-click, they're supposed to actually follow you. Some other simple commands, you can actually have them carry you around. So if you right-click at your feet, they'll actually carry you around. Just right-click in the distance and they'll take you over there. You can also have them pick up animals, things like that. If you want to get into this mod, you can look on their forum. So if you hit M again, you can go into the advanced settings. Here you can unsummon the minions, dig mine shafts, and strip mine. So if you press dig mine shaft, you'll have this little hologram, little red hologram thing. Once you right-click, they'll start to actually dig the mine shaft. And I think they just keep on digging down until you stop them. And again, you just right-click to go ahead and have them stop and just go to that area that you right-clicked at. And there you go. And you can also whip them if you want to make them work faster. So you're really the evil villain here, whipping your minions to work faster. And once you are also this, you know, using this, the Master Staff will go ahead and drain your food bar. So definitely have a lot of food on you and keep eating food. And once you go down here, you'll be able to click on the minions and get all the resources that they mine. It's just a really fun mod to play with, and you have the minions here, and it just literally randomly disappeared for me. And again, if that happens, just, you know, go into the advanced options and unsummon them and then resummon them back in. The next mod is called the Elemental Creepers mod. I know you're wondering why you'd want more creepers in your game. However, some of these creepers are meant to actually help you, some of them are just meant to be really cool, and then some of them are meant to destroy your world. But anyways, let me go ahead and show it. Like this one right here, the friendly creeper here, you can actually tame him with gunpowder, and then he's actually your friend. He'll go ahead and fight off other mobs for you. Alright, so now I'm just going to go ahead and spawn out some of the cool ones, just to kind of give you guys a feel for this mod. So here I have the Firework Creeper. So also note that a lot of these creepers will have distinctive different colors, which is nice. So after you play this mod a little bit, you'll know, just judging by the colors, which ones they are. But you know, it takes some time to get used to. Anyways, that was a Fireworks Creeper. He'll shoot you up in the air with some fireworks and you'll fall down. The Psychic Creeper, which is next, this Purple Creeper, which is a little different from the Friendly Creeper. This one will actually shoot you really high up in the air. So yeah, I switched to creative mode or else I would have died. The Light Creeper, which I remember I found these in caves, when they go ahead and actually explode, they just put a bunch of glowstone out, so they'll definitely light up the area if you're in a cave. This will be good. So this is one of the helpful creepers. Here we have a cookie creeper. When he sees you, he explodes. Doesn't do any damage to you, just gives you some cookies. Here's the illusion creeper, which is actually a really cool one. So he'll actually kind of spawn out copies of himself, so like ghost images, and the real one is going to explode. Fake ones just kind of poof away when they explode. So that's pretty cool. This is probably one of the coolest creepers, at least in my opinion. There we have the one that exploded, and the rest of them are just going to go ahead and poof away. They don't despawn when the main one, explodes. And here we have the reverse creeper. This one's kind of cool. It actually reverses the ground, so it'll go ahead and it has to do a little bit of work, but when that actually explodes, there we go. It actually flips the ground upside down. I think that one is pretty cool as well. Here we have the furnace creeper. This was a little bit newer with the 1.8. Well, here we have the big bad creeper first, and this is the biggest creeper that the mod adds in, and pretty big explosion there. And also when that creeper explodes, it goes ahead and sends out other elemental creepers, which I think is pretty cool. And then the last one I'm going to show you is the furnace creeper, which is newer in 1.8, and when they explode you get into a furnace, and good luck trying to get out of this before you die. Yeah, those are the creepers. I mean, yeah, some of them are meant to kill you, and then some of them are meant for, just to help you. This next mod is an RPG mod. It's called the Essence of the Gods mod. This mod adds in a lot of mobs, 4 new dimensions, and a couple boss mobs as well as a whole bunch of different tools and weapons. This mod is crazy. Just show you, here are some of the ranged attacks. Here are some of the different swords and axes and stuff like that. Here are all the tools here, all the items. Here's just the decoration blocks. Here are all the regular blocks here. Crazy amount of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. So it's a really awesome RPG mod. So I'm going to go ahead and enter one of the portals here to one of the different dimensions. This is called the Yucca dimension. To actually light these, you don't use a flint and steel, you use a flame coin, so you can go ahead and light the portal that way, and then you can go ahead and enter it, and you'll be, new dimension depending on that portal frame. And as I said, there's 4 different dimensions. This first one, the Yucca biome, it's kind of the same as the depths biome, which is another one. It just basically takes place in the sky, and then the depths biome takes place underneath it. Now it's 2 different dimensions, but they're pretty much the same thing. One takes place in the sky, and then the other takes place super low, and it's all dark, but it's pretty much the same thing. Anyways, this biome, as you can see here, it kind of is like sky islands, and as you can see here, there's a lot of different mobs, and they're not anything, they're not super detailed, but they are pretty cool. And if you're looking for a bunch of new mobs to play and fight, definitely check this mod out. If you're looking for some new dimensions, you can go ahead and check this out. Also there's now you notice that in this biome and then the depths biome, there's a lot of different islands. You can actually use armor in the game to fly over to each island, so it's an easier way to get around to each different landing. And that's all I really want to go back over this mod. Just know that there's a lot of different items, there's different dimensions, and if you do want to play this mod, there's a wiki for the mod you can actually check out, and you'll be able to see a lot of different things, and you see that failed there. Another thing is when you're in survival mode, it kind of looks like creative mode a little bit. You have this big thing on the screen there, and it takes up a lot of room. I don't know if there's a way to resize this. I forgot to check last time I had the mod installed. I'm definitely going to install the mod again. If I find a way to resize that, I'll let you know through an annotation on the screen. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about the mod. Just know there's a lot of different mobs and dimensions and items, and definitely check it out if you want an RPG mod for Minecraft 1.8. What I have to show you is called the Security Craft mod. The Security Craft mod adds in some security measures into your Minecraft. Now this mod is kind of meant to be played on like a LAN server or on their server that they have on their website. However, there's a lot of uses in this mod that you can actually use in single player. Alright, the first is a reinforced block. Alright, so all these, you actually have all the different types of trees in Minecraft reinforced now. So basically, they're completely unbreakable. So if a creeper goes ahead and explodes, it will not damage your house. It will go ahead and just, not do anything, just like obsidian will. Alright, even the glass panes are reinforced, meaning they're unbreakable. But yeah, so it's really cool. If you're in a single player or a multiplayer world, they are unbreakable. You can actually break them though with a universal block remover, but only the player that placed the block down will be able to break it with that universal block remover. Alright, which is obviously really good. So let's go ahead and enter this house here. Anyways, right here we have a retinal scanner. The retinal scanner will work only for the player that placed it down. They go ahead, they step in front of it, it goes ahead and scans your eyes, and it'll go ahead and open the door for 3 seconds. Enough time to get anybody into your house if you want to invite people people over. Alright, so let's go over here. Here we have the inventory scanner, and there's a bunch of other security measures also. I'm just kind of going over the main ones here. But anyways, so here we have the inventory scanner. You can go ahead and put prohibited items in here. So if you actually have some chests back there that are password protected, and there's an item in the mod that you can go ahead and craft called the code breaker, which will go ahead and break those. So what you want to do is set up this inventory scanner, and then as you see here, I have it in the inventory. Once I pass through this dot here, it actually deletes. Alright, so obviously do that if you have some password protected stuff in your house so that they can't actually get to it. Alright, so anyways, so then you can actually set passwords on these, and then you can go ahead and deposit your items, make them, make it so that people can't break into them. So that is really cool. Anyways, those are just some of the different security measures. I'm actually going to go outside now and show you guys some of the ones that you can actually place around the world. So here I have right at the top here a bouncing Betty. Alright, so you can place these bouncing Betties around there. They also have regular mines that can actually detonate. They also have disguise mines. Alright, like you have dirt mines, stone mines, and when a player walks over them, they will go ahead and explode. The only ones though that mobs will go ahead and explode are the bouncing Betties. I'll go ahead and place it up. It goes ahead and it will pop up and it will go ahead and explode. It actually does a pretty big damage radius, and as you see here, our reinforced jungle blocks here stood up and didn't break. So anyways, yeah, that's a really awesome mod. Let's move on to the next one. So this next mod I have for you is really awesome. It's called the Vintage Craft. I highly recommend you guys check this mod out. I'm just sort of showing you guys a little bit about it. Just flying through here. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of biomes that it adds in. But anyways, let me go ahead and read this straight from their forum page, because their explanation is much better than me trying to put it into my own words. So here we go. So there are more realistic generations. Biomes are not a thing anymore. Instead, an area is characterized by temperature, humidity, and altitude, allowing for nearly infinite amount of biomes. It's a really, really awesome mod. So the trees, they generate more realistically, and overall this mod is meant to have more of an incentive to explore around a little bit. I mean, it's really, really cool. The world is no longer really flat. There's really a lot of really tall hills. It's a really, really awesome mod, if you ask me, and I definitely suggest checking this out. There's only about, I think, only about 100 or 1,000 downloads. At least that was the last time I checked for the mod, at least for 1.8. So it's a relatively unknown mod. So definitely check this one out. It's really, really cool. So this next mod is called the Cute Mobs mod, and what it does is it gets rid of the regular look to a lot of the different Minecraft mobs and changes them with a cute little model like this. It's actually based off, I believe, the Mob Talker mod, which is a mod that I don't think is updated for quite some time. But yeah, it's really, really a cool mod if you're sick and tired of the regular default look to certain Minecraft mods. It's a really cool mod. Here we have the villager right here. Obviously a really cute model, I guess. Here we have a wolf. There's the wolf. Here's a witch. Obviously looks much better than the regular Minecraft witch. But yeah, it's a really awesome mod if you're sick and tired of the regular default Minecraft stuff. Yeah, that's really all I can say about it. And it doesn't do every single one. It doesn't do like the animals, but it does mainly the actual mobs, hostile mobs, and the villagers. But yeah, it's a cool mod. I definitely recommend checking it out. So the next mod I have for you is called the Hit Splash Damage Indicators mod, and this is a mod that adds in a cool GUI screen that goes ahead and tells the mob's name, a little animation of what it's doing, its hit points that it currently has, as well as whether or not it's a hostile or friendly mob. You see the red right there. It's actually like, it looks like skulls. I'm pretty sure it is skulls. And it's red. Lets us know that it is a hostile mob. The horse over there, it's green. Lets us know that it is a friendly mob. Alright, so yeah, it's really awesome and a little helpful. Also, whenever you do damage towards these, it'll actually give you out a little splash damage telling you how much you actually did at. And you saw the green there, that lets us know that the witch just healed 3 times, or 3 hit points. Anyways, let's go ahead, and if you hit the period key on your keyboard, this will go ahead and take you to the menu. Here you're actually able to drag this around. You can go ahead and resize it. By default, it's 76%. You can, as I said, resize it whatever you want. I think 76 is pretty good for this mod. Alright, and also with the damage indicator, you can go ahead and change this. Say we want to make it blue, you go ahead and you press inside there, it'll go ahead and change it blue. And then the healing color, if we want to make it yellow, we can go ahead and do that. And then every time we hit them, it'll go ahead and change the colors. Alright, just like that. Anyways, that's really it for the mod. You can also select the skin, different types. There's 3 by default, and then you can also add in some other ones. So you can enable and disable pop-offs, and disable and enable the portrait. The Smart Moving mod gives you more movements to do, and just some more animations, and it just overall makes your character come to life. So you can see right here just the alternate flying. So instead of just kind of moving as one, you actually move your legs and your arms, and this looks really, really awesome. You're able to look like Superman. So what you see here is actually video parts from my review and tutorial that I did for the mod for 1.8. You can check this video out on the My Creators forum page. I do a much better job explaining it in that video than I will just going over the mod in 30 seconds here. So it all revolves around the crawl key, which is the grab key, which is the left control key on your keyboard. So you hold down the left control key and you're able to do these moves depending on different combinations. Again, check out that video if you want, some of the different, moves and stuff. So anyways, it allows you to do things like, you can have different kinds of parkour. You can actually like jump up and grab onto blocks and climb up. I think this is really cool. You can also do things like charge jumps here, and this is really awesome as well. And just overall, this mod is really awesome, especially if you want some more parkour stuff to do. So the joypad and split screen mod enables a feature that is featured in the console versions of the game. Well, actually two features. The first feature, you're able to play with a controller. So you can play with an Xbox 360 controller or a PlayStation 3 controller if you make it look like an Xbox 360 controller. Another feature is the split screen mode. So one of you guys plays with that Xbox 360 controller, the other plays with a mouse and keyboard. So this is pretty cool. Say you have a friend that comes over that doesn't have a Minecraft account, you can go ahead and boot this up. I have a tutorial video out, so I'll probably link an annotation on the screen. If I forget to, let me know, and I'll probably just I'll put it in, and I'll also send you the link via the comment. Anyways, and then you have one person play with the mouse and keyboard, the other play with the joypad. So it's a pretty smooth, and it does run pretty smoothly. Now you do run two games at the same time, so Minecraft may get a little laggy since you're running two games at the same time. So to kind of just help Minecraft run a little better, just make sure you change your render distance down and change your graphics to fast. I also recommend installing Optifine along with it. That should also help Minecraft run a little bit better. So yeah, do this if you want to go ahead and have split screen in Minecraft. The Too Many Items mod is a really nice cheat mod for Minecraft. So if you go to the basic items tab or the grass block tab, you'll have every single item that Minecraft adds in. You can go to next and actually scroll through that way and just kind of pick out certain items that you want, and you can use this in survival mode. You can also go to the custom tab and actually have custom potions, enchanting, fireworks and stuff, and to just change the item, you just basically drag the item into that spot there. Here's the tab that I always use here, the kind of the setup tab. You can change between game modes. I use this all the time. You can actually change the time between whatever time of day. It's just much easier than using like the commands in Minecraft, and you can see there are all the things you can do. This is also pretty useful, the saving the inventory. So I went ahead and saved the inventory as it was, and you can go ahead and just, if you die or you lose all your items, you throw them away or whatever, you hit load on that save and it'll go ahead and load that inventory exactly how you had it. So it's just really nice and a very useful mod. I use this all the time. It only works in single player. It will work on a server if you are OP. The same thing for this mod, Not Enough Items. The Not Enough Items mod is much like how the Too Many Items mod used to look like. Alright, this mod has also been around for a while, but it came after the Too Many Items mod, I believe. So anyways, again, same thing. On the left side of the screen there, you have all the saves. You can save your inventory. Up at the top there, the top left corner, you actually have all the buttons, so you can change your game mode, the time of day, fill your health and hunger bar, which is really nice. To the right side of the screen, you again have all the items that Minecraft adds in. Right below your inventory will be the search bar to search for items, and just overall, pretty nice mod. And again, this is how Too Many Items used to look like. Back before 1.8, now with 1.8, Too Many Items changed. Everything's on the right side, which is nice. So depending on which mod you want or looks best to you, use that mod, obviously. Anyways, that's really all I can say about them. They're basically the same mods. They just now look different. They have a little bit different features. Like with Not Enough Items here, you can actually use R. You just press R while you're hovering over an item. It'll actually tell you guys the crafting recipe, which I think is pretty cool. You can do enchanting by pressing X. To create potions, you hit P. You can have some different commands here. So when you go, if you have this this thing where you don't have all the items on the right side of the screen, try switching through the different modes. Sometimes it'll work for me and sometimes it won't. If it keeps on not working for me, what I usually do is I recreate the world, because right now it would be in a survival mode and that's why it's not showing up and cheats aren't enabled. So what you may want to do is just recreate your world in creative mode. You can there's a button in Minecraft, you click the world, recreate, and choose creative. Yeah, that's just what I do if that doesn't work. And really that's all I want to talk about this mod, or even the Too Many Items mod. It's just a nice and easy cheat mode that you can go ahead and use. And again, they only work in single player world. If you're on a server, you have to be OP on the server or else it's not going to work. Anyways, a really nice mod. It's one of the most useful mods in Minecraft. These next group of mods were featured in my top 1.8 mods of the week, episode 2. So if you've already seen that, there'll be an annotation in the top right of the screen. You can skip past this entire grouping. So the first mod in this group is the Ragdoll Corpses mod, which is a nice mod that whenever you kill a skeleton, a zombie, a creeper, or a pig, they actually drop down to the ground like ragdolls. That is awesome. You can see their legs kind of moving around. They're not alive, but what they're doing right now is they're actually interacting with the environment. So they'll kind of move around in the wind a little bit, and if you actually run into them when they're dead, they'll actually move on the ground there, which looks really sweet. And this is just a really cool animation here. Look at that. Look at that. That is so awesome. And as I said, it only works for 4 mobs right now, and when, the mod keeps on updating, it's going to add in some more mobs here and there. But, for right now, these 4, they're really nice and definitely an awesome death animation to Minecraft. So the next mod I have to show you is called the Inventory Tweaks mod. This mod is really nice when it comes to organizing your inventory or your chest. It's really helpful. So it sorts them really quickly. All you do is hit R on your keyboard, and then it goes ahead and sorts it, kind of depending on the item that it is. And it'll go ahead and sort them in your inventory. It's just really nice. So you go ahead and you press R on your keyboard, and there you saw it went ahead and sorted everything. You won't get that little pop-up, I have not enough items installed, and then went ahead and told me the recipe for the lapis lazuli block. But yeah, there you see armor and tools went ahead and sorted in the same row, then went to blocks, and then it went to just sort of like the dye and gas tiers and stuff like that, and then to food, and then to the potions. So just depending on the item that it is will depend on where it goes in your inventory. There'll be a lot of times where now I'll be looking for something in my inventory like wood, and then it'll go ahead and be right in front of me, but I just don't realize it because I'm oblivious. Now I can just hit R, and there you go. It'll be in that little section where all the blocks are. So that's really nice and should save a lot of time if you're oblivious like I am. Also works with chests. Now you don't hit R to sort it in the chest. You hit these buttons up the top. So right now that says default sorting. I'll go ahead and disable and not enough items there. So there says default sorting. You hit it and it'll go ahead and sort it just like it does in the inventory, your inventory. Alright, sorts it with, weapons, then armor, then blocks and stuff like that. So it's really nice. You can also sort it in columns. So if you want it to go up and down, you'll be able to do that with that. And then sort it in rows. You'll be able to sort in rows. So, armor, weapons in one row, and then, blocks. And there's the settings right there. You can mix around with those if you want. You can also go in the configuration file and change to your, how it sorts and stuff like that. Also, if you have like a pickaxe and it's about to break, it'll go ahead and refill the life bar on that pickaxe for you, which is really nice and helpful. Let's move on to the next mod. So this next mod I have to show you is called the Sound Filters mod. What this mod does is it filters sounds to make them more realistic. Right now I actually have a jukebox going. You probably don't hear anything because we're actually behind so much wool. Alright, and the more sound reduction a material is, or would be in real life, the more the filter of the sound is. It doesn't just work with jukeboxes. Say that pig was not just right in front of it. Say the pig was over there and it was oinking. We wouldn't have actually heard it because we're behind so much wool. So let me go ahead and move forward now, and we can actually hear the jukebox and how much of a filter this actually does. So a huge difference. This feature should actually be in Minecraft itself. It's really awesome. So we're behind a lot of wool blocks there, so the more the thing is. So also if we go behind some wood blocks, you notice I have about the same amount here. You'll notice you can still hear it, but it's very faint. Alright. So it's a really awesome mod that filters sound. Really awesome. If you're also in water, you'll notice when you go in here you actually hear the sound muffled. So that's really awesome. Let's go over to the caves, because the caves actually, they can actually reverberate the sound around it, and it sounds really awesome. So now that I'm in a cave, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it sounds like without the mod installed and then with the mod installed. Just a quick side-by-side comparison. So this is without the mod installed. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and switch, install the mod again, and show you guys what it sounds like with the mod installed. So now that I have the mod installed, I'm going to go ahead and place down some torches and break some blocks, and you guys can tell that there is a huge difference between having the mod installed and not having the mod installed. So you can tell it kind of reverberates the sound around the walls here. It just sounds much louder and more of kind of like a thumping noise to it. There's a huge difference, though, you can tell between. So it's definitely really nice and a really cool sound filtering mod. These are, I actually think, should sort of be actual in Minecraft itself and not just in mod form. But yeah, but right now that's just in mod form, and I don't know if it is going to be a feature in Minecraft. I doubt it, but it'd be cool if it was. But let's go ahead and move on to the next mod. Here I have a Pokemon mod. I'm actually showing two Pokemon mods in this video. This one, and then the next mod will have a Pokemon mod. This one is called the Pokecubes mod. This Pokemon mod makes the Pokemon look more like they belong in Minecraft. The next mod makes them look like they're, belong to the actual game. So, yeah, it's just I guess it's a nice Pokemon mod. When I took a look at it, it was pretty buggy. I mean, I didn't go ahead and, re-download it or, reinstall it and play it again. I imagine, the Pokemon are going to look the same as they do, now. It's just some things are probably going to be more touched up at this point. Some of the textures are probably going to be filled in a little bit. But for the most part, it does work. And it's an okay Pokemon mod. I mean, I have some complaints about the mod. Every single Pokemon, they attack you as well as your Pokemon, so that can get kind of frustrating, and a lot of them can, team up and attack you. So that's really my only complaints for it, but it is a nice Pokemon mod. It does add in a lot of different things, and you see the Pokemon there. As I said, right when I was taking a look at the mod, it was a little bit buggy. These things may be fixed at this point. Some Pokemon, they won't get caught. It just throws right through them, but some of them will get caught, like this one right here. There you go. I went ahead and caught a Pokemon there. So it's just a nice Pokemon mod, I guess. They look like they're actually meant to belong in Pokemon, and you can throw them out. You can have your Pokemon set up. You have a Pokédex and everything, and just overall adds in a lot of different Pokemon stuff. Now the the Pixelmon mod, which I'm showing next, definitely, it looks like it's more, belonging to the actual Pokemon games. Let's take a look at that now. So this is the Pixelmon mod. It's a little more well done. It has a little bit more work done to it. So you actually start off with a starting screen like this. I think the Pokecubes mod, you start off with a starting screen as well. Can't remember exactly, but this is a much nicer starting screen there. You can see the Pokemon, and I went ahead and picked Squirtle here, and you can tell, just look at the Pokemon here. They look absolutely amazing. Look at Squirtle. That is ridiculously detailed. Wow. Look at that. That is really awesome. Now, not every single Pokemon will be like that. I've noticed that the starter Pokemon are more detailed than some of the other Pokemon, but they all look really, really nice. There's Slowbro there. They all look pretty nice. And, you have an actual, battle system just like in the Pokemon games. You can fight, you can run, you can go into your bag. Overall, this is probably the best Pokemon mod ever. And there's a couple Pokemon mod out. I know the Pokemobs mod that's never been updated since past 1.2.5. So right now, just the Pokecubes and the Pixelmon mod. I really like this mod though. It's awesome. Adds in a lot more stuff. Also, and it's a lot more done than the Pokecubes mod. Go ahead, if you have multiple Pokemon, you want to sort through them to pick which one throws out. It's the bracket keys on your keyboard, which is right next to the P key and right near the backspace button. So you just hit the brackets and you'll be able to sort through. I just sent out a Bellsprout. Yeah, very well done textures there. It's really, really nice. The animation here with the Poke Center is just phenomenal. I mean, look at this. You see the Pokeball spinning there? They look like they're in high definition there. It is awesome. This mod is definitely the best Pokemon mod. This next group of mods were featured in my top 1.8 mods of the week, episode 3, or the top 10 realistic mods. I'm not going to show all 10, only a couple, because I've already shown a lot of those mods already in this video. So this mod here is called the Mineralogy mod, which is really, really cool. It adds in real-life rocks to Minecraft. So this is awesome. So instead of just having that gray stone everywhere, it adds in a whole bunch of colorful rocks, and it looks really, really nice, and it definitely livens up the world a little bit. And it actually takes off of the real 3 layers of rocks. So as you're going down in your world, you'll actually find layers of rocks. Well, there are 3 main layers: the metamorphic, igneous, and sedimentary. But what it actually does is have layers in between them. Like you see here, I'm going in between the world here. So as you're going down and mining, you'll find different layers of different types of rocks here and there, and that's really awesome. So what you'll notice is there's also the default Minecraft ores also look different. So there's actually a resource pack that the mod gives you, or not necessarily gives you, but you go ahead and install to play along with this mod, and I check it out in this video. But it's on right now. You can see that the coal ore, they look a little bit different, and just overall, this is a really nice mod, especially if you like going through the caves and you want to see some other stuff than just stone. So you can see here, this is a picture taken from their forum page. You have the different, these are real life layers that you may learn about in school: sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. And inside each rock layer, there's different layers of rock, pertaining to the sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. So you can see there, that's just what your world actually will look like underneath it. Lastly, you can also have kind of make these and craft them into polished blocks, and that's what they look like polished, just so they look kind of nice that you can go ahead and actually decorate your world with. Mod number 73 is the Item Physics mod, which is a mod that adds in real physics to Minecraft. So whenever you throw an item or a block or whatever you end up throwing, look at it. It actually falls down to the ground, on the ground like that. It is sweet. This is one of the coolest animations ever. And this doesn't just work with the throwing the items on the ground. If you're mining or you're chopping down trees, it also works. The blocks will fall down on the ground just like that. Now that is not part of this mod. This is part of the Tree Capitator mod. Lootable Bodies mod is a mod that adds in more realistic deaths to Minecraft. So I'm going to end up jumping off here, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of a difference when you die. So when you die with this mod, you end face first on the ground and you stay there. So you're able to actually go back to your body after you die there, and you can see that before I hit respawn there. You can actually go back to your body and your inventory will be saved. So you can actually right click, go ahead and get all your inventory stuff back. And this will stay here until you loot your body and you dispose of it. So that's nice, so you can die now and not worry about your items disappearing. You can go back to your body, loot it, and dispose of it. So to dispose of your body, you just keep on right-clicking with a shovel, and there you go. It'll disappear, and all the inventory items you had in your inventory will go ahead and pop out. Next mod is called the Zombie Infection mod, and what we know about zombies based off TV shows is that if we get bit by a zombie, we're going to end up dying and turning into one. So this mod kind of, goes off of that. So once you get bit or hit by a zombie, you become infected. Now you don't necessarily become a complete zombie. You just kind of have what it'd be like to actually be infected by the zombies. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill them. So here we have the infection right here. So you start off with slowness, and then you keep on getting more and more potion effects as you keep going along with the infection. So that is kind of cool. So you go ahead, and if you want to get the infection cure, to cure yourself, you'll have to craft that. Let me kill this zombie really quickly, because there we go, he's gonna end up killing us while I'm showing you guys. Here's the weak, and then you get hunger also. The hunger's the next thing. Then I think weakness is the next thing after that. Here we have 3 wheat, some sugar right here, water bottles right here, and some gold ingots. That'll be go ahead and give the infection cure, and just keep on going along. You'll notice that there are more and more potion effects that end up happening to kind of further along the infection, and you gotta get the infection cure really quickly. You can also infect certain things right now. I think there's the chickens, the cows, maybe the pigs, and I think one other thing that you're currently able to infect yourself right now, and there's what the zombie cow looks like, just for an example. And let's go ahead and kill him really quickly. There we go. And there you see right now, there's all the potion effects that I have right now. So let's go ahead and drink the infection cure. And it'll count down from 10. So 10 seconds later, you're going to go ahead and get rid of all the infection that you have, and you'll be back to normal. So by default, the chance that you get infected by a zombie is 10%. I went ahead and changed it to a 100% in the configuration file just to make it a little more realistic. So the next 2 mods will actually be included as one mod just because they are smaller mods. The first one is the multi-mine mod, which allows you to save the progress when you're destroying blocks, which is obviously much more realistic and pretty nice. So this also works between players as well. So say you have a server, I think you have to have the mod installed on a server, but it will work among players. So if someone starts breaking a block, it will go ahead and save that progress, and you can see it, and then you can start and finish destroying the block as well. So it's just a much more realistic mod for Minecraft when it comes to destroying blocks. This is the other mod I'm showing along with the multi-mine mod as one mod because these are smaller mods. The pig manure mod is what it's called, and it lets pigs poop. So you collect the poop and use it as manure or bone meal to actually grow things. So it has a purpose, and it gives more of a purpose to breeding or farming pigs. So this next group of mods belong to my 1.8 Top Mods episode 4. So the first mod in this I have for you is the vanilla inspired teleporter mod, which is a really nice and easy to use teleporter mod for Minecraft. I think I've shown some waypoint mods already, but I don't think any of them add in like a physical item that you can place down, and then when you step on it, will teleport you to that other item that you have connected to it. So it's just really nice, easy to use, and it's very quick also. So if you want to connect the 2 teleporters together, you can add in a key item. So it doesn't deal with coordinates, just adds a key item in. I use the sponge. So over in the other teleporter that we just teleported from, I'll have a sponge in that one, and that connects the 2. So you can have multiple sets of this sprawled throughout your world, and they all will fully work. So you can also have more than just 2 teleporters connected via a key item. So I have 3 teleporters hooked up, each with the key item of the teleporter, and you notice you can teleport between 3 of them. It just kind of creates a loop. Mod number 78 is the Doom-like dungeon mod, which adds in dungeons inspired by the Doom game. So if you don't know what Doom is, this is what the game Doom looks like. So it's just it's not meant to add in like a level or a specific map or anything related to the Doom games. It's simply just meant to remind you of it. So the dungeons are set up to where they look similar to how you'd expect a dungeon in Doom to look like. So when you're down in the dungeons, you'll have plenty of mobs to fight. Watch out for the lava. You'll find some chests you can go loot, and really that's just what it's meant to be. It's kind of like a little mini game for Minecraft. If you can't find the dungeons, if you have cheats enabled, you can type in /DLD spawn. Hit enter, and a dungeon after a couple seconds will be spawned underneath you. So then you can go ahead and just dig down and search for it. And once you find it, you'll be able to search through the dungeons, find the loot, and battle all of the mobs inside. Mod number 79 is called the Better Foliage mod, which is probably one of my favorite Minecraft 1.8 mods. I love all of these aesthetic mods that are just meant to make Minecraft look better, pretty much. So as you can see here, the leaves on the trees look more full, so there's actually kind of leaves coming out of the trees. There's little tiny grass on the ground, and I love that little tiny grass. I hate the tall grass in Minecraft, but this little tiny grass on the ground is awesome. And you can see there's actually leaves that fall off the tree. Now they're not real leaves, they don't pile up on the ground, but they just kind of disappear as soon as they hit it, and it's just for visual effects, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. Cactuses also will look a little bit different. You see, they actually look like actual cactuses, so they don't look like cubes anymore. They kind of have little tiny cactus branches going off of it, and it looks really nice. And you can't really tell or notice this mod from a distance. After you zoom in and you're actually running through the woods or the forest, that's when you can kind of notice it, and wow, it just looks really beautiful. I love all of these aesthetic mods that are just meant to make Minecraft look beautiful and much better than default. Next is the MP3 Jukebox mod, which is a really nice mod that allows you to listen to your music while playing Minecraft and still listen to the Minecraft sounds at the same time. This also allows you to play in full screen mode without having to constantly switch out of full screen to change the music on your regular computer. So to bring up the GUI, you just press End on your keyboard, and as I said, music here, and you can kind of switch through, next and previous here. Only downside is there's no pausing. You have to basically, if you just hit stop for the music, it'll just start off by playing that same song again, right from the beginning. So that's the only kind of downside to that. But you can also change your so yeah, you can also change the volume up and down, so you can still hear your Minecraft sounds and your music at the same time. A little more convenient also because it's right here, and that's kind of awesome. And I'll show you guys. I'll have to turn the sound down a little bit. But there you can hear the Minecraft sounds perfectly fine. And this is just kind of nice, as I said. And it's also the end key on your keyboard. So that's the end key, not the end key, but the end key on your keyboard. So this mod currently requires 3 different files. So make sure you have the 3 files downloaded and installed. And then once you have that done, you can create a music folder in your .minecraft folder. The mod currently supports MP3 files and OGG files. So this next grouping was featured in my top 10 epic mods for 1.8. And the first mod in this grouping I want to show you is the Animals Plus mod, which is a mod that adds in a lot of animals to Minecraft that aren't normally in the game. There's 2 animals mods that I'm going to show you guys. One is the Mo Creatures mod, which is about 9 mods from now. That one's a little more well done and adds a little bit more stuff. However, the Animals Plus mod also adds in quite a few animals, and it also adds in some different animals from Mo Creatures. So when you see the Mo Creatures mod, again, there's about 9 mods from now. You can kind of choose which one you want to play. I mean, I believe you can play both of them. It's just, the Mo Creatures has a little, better detail to them and adds in a little bit more, but the, the Animals Plus mod also adds in some different ones than the Mo Creatures mod does. Anyways, you can just see here, they are pretty well detailed. The the Mo Creatures mod is a little bit more detailed though, and it just adds in some different creatures that you can play around in. You can just kind of see some of them here in this little part here, and you can go to the forum pages and see a full list of them. And if there's an animal that you kind of like, you can, install the mod and play along with that animal. There's a whole bunch of, spawn eggs and stuff, and yeah, just overall a really nice mod if you want to liven up Minecraft a little bit with more animals. Some really cool ones, the chameleon here, it actually changes color depending on which block it's on, and that's pretty cool as well. And this is, I don't believe, is featured in the Mo Creatures mod either. You have some butterflies. I think the butterflies are also in the Mo Creatures mod, and you also have penguins, which are not. This is just dedicated to this mod, and penguins are also really, really cool. They will go ahead and they waddle around, and it's overall a really nice mod if you want to just add some more animals to Minecraft. Up next is the Mine Creed mod, which is an Assassin's Creed mod for Minecraft, and I've never played the games before, but I've seen some gameplay here and there, and this definitely adds, or implements a lot of the different elements from the Assassin's Creed games. So you have a lot of the different weapons, and you can go ahead and just play around with these. They're pretty fun to play around with, and it also adds in all the different armor, so you can actually look like the different characters, which I think is pretty cool. And this obviously looks like really, really detailed on here. It's not as detailed when you're actually wearing it. You can see here, just looks like what you'd expect from Minecraft. And here's the weapons tab, and you can see all the different weapons that the mod adds in. So a lot of the different swords and stuff, and then you also can have the hidden blade and hidden gun, and that's pretty cool. The tomahawks are always fun to use. You can actually just throw them. You can kind of see it bounces off of the target that it throws at, and I don't know, that's not necessarily realistic, but that's kind of cool. Here we have also the hidden blade, just messing around with that. So you can see it actually works in third-person mode, so that's pretty awesome. And you can go ahead, and I think it's right-click, and then you just left-click to hit. So yeah, there you go. I'm just messing around with the hidden blade there, and that is the Minecraft mod. It's called the Zombie Apocalypse mod. This is a non-forge mod. There's probably the only non-forge mod that I'm going to show in this video. So yeah, you can't really play it along with the other mods, but you are able to install it. I'm going to include the tutorial right after this little review here, and so if you do want to play this mod, you can play it, and I'll show you how to install it. But anyways, it's a really nice zombie apocalypse mod. It really kind of puts the post-apocalyptic world into Minecraft, and it really looks pretty dead. The world looks pretty dead, and the zombies look also much better than regular Minecraft zombies. They look a little more realistic to how actual zombies may look, and just as you see here, the world just kind of looks dead. Another cool thing is when you're hitting the zombies is they'll actually bleed, so that's another really cool thing, and depending on the amount of damage you deal will depend on the amount of blood they receive. You see just kind of the blood particle effects, and that's kind of cool. Anyways, it's just yeah, it's a nice little zombie apocalypse mod. And here we have the fly mod. This is a nice mod that allows you to fly in survival mode, so you don't have to keep on switching over to creative mode to fly. You can just craft this item, right click, and you're able to fly. So it's just a little bit nicer. You don't have to keep on switching over. So the item looks a little bit different as of right now. The mod creator just changed the item. Eventually I think the mod creator is going to just add in a key, so maybe the F key will be fly. Hit F, it'll go ahead and fly, but for right now it's an item. So that was the crafting recipe. I already had it enabled. When you right click it, it'll disappear. So once you have it right click it, you just double jump. As soon as you double jump, you'll be able to fly. WASD moves around. Shift will lower yourself down. So overall, it's really smooth. You can also break blocks while you're in the air. However, when you're in the air and flying and trying to break a block, it actually takes a little bit longer. So just keep that in mind. Sit down on a ledge before you break some blocks. And just overall a really easy to use and smooth fly mod that you can use in survival mode. And here we have the Dalek mod, which is a Doctor Who mod for Minecraft. The mod is currently in a light build or a beta build for 1.8, and only the Daleks are added in. So none of the other Doctor Who villains like the Cybermen, Autons, anything like that, just the Daleks and no other items, alright? So you can actually search for them and you'll see all of them here. A lot of different Daleks. Pretty much every single Dalek in the Doctor Who show will be in this mod, which is just... that's a crazy amount. It's a really nice Dalek mod. Now if you do want all the other features, all the different items, and all the other villains, definitely play in 1.7 for right now. I don't know when or if the mod will update fully to 1.8, but right now you just have a light version just with all the Daleks. So definitely install this if you're wanting to play a Doctor Who mod for 1.8. It's definitely really awesome, and they do attack you. They do say exterminate, which I believe they do say exterminate. I don't believe I had my sound on when I did this, and yeah, it can get annoying after a while, but it's definitely really awesome to have Daleks in Minecraft. This next mod, the Brazier mod, is a little bit of a smaller mod. It just adds in some alternate light sources from Minecraft. So here we have a small brazier you see right there. It kind of looks like a lantern, kind of. You can place that on the walls, and you have a regular brazier you can place on the ground. Then you have a raised brazier, which kind of looks like this. This right here is the cooking brazier, so you can actually cook on it. So you put some coal in there, put your food on there, and it actually will light up. So it's just kind of a nice little alternate light source for Minecraft. This definitely goes very well in caves or castles and stuff. It looks really nice and very kind of medieval-like, and definitely cool. Now, keep in mind that you can't walk through these like normal torches, okay? So you have to actually place them kind of inside the wall there, but they will light up the area very well. What I have to show you is called the Tick Rate Changer mod. This is kind of a fun mod to play with, and it kind of changes your game speed. So just however kind of speed that you want to have it set to. I think I have it set to 10,000 tick rates right now, so I'm going to set it to 1 right now, and you'll see. So you can play the game in slow motion or super motion, and this is really nice when it comes to either just seeing this. This is pretty cool when you're breaking the blocks. You see all the particles of the blocks kind of flow around there. It's kind of cool. But another thing you can use this mod for is actually building stuff. You can change your tick rate up so that you build much faster and you move much faster, and it's just a little bit of an easier way to kind of build stuff. So you can also change your tick rate to, kind of, I think I changed it to 20 here, and it's kind of more like default Minecraft speed right here. And then again, you can just change it to however you you want. You want to go to 1,000,000, change your tick rate to 1,000,000. I mean, you move super fast. And if you just want kind of a super speed version of Minecraft here, change it to, I think I changed it to 40 here. So yeah, you can see you can break blocks much quicker. You can place blocks much quicker also. And yeah, you may have to get the hang of it a little bit, but once you do, you can place blocks much quicker, and it's really awesome, and it's just kind of fun to use. This next mod I have to show you is called the Ice Cream Sandwich Creepers mod. What this mod does, it adds in 6 different flavors of creepers that are, ice cream flavored. So the 6 different types of creepers you'll run into are vanilla, strawberry chocolate, mint chocolate chip, orange sherbet, and Neapolitan. Now normally these will give you the ice cream sandwich based off of their, whatever flavor they are, and if they just explode, they won't do any damage to you or the environment or any mobs nearby. What they'll do is drop these scoops of ice cream there, and you'll be able to actually craft the ice cream sandwich there. Alright, so that's how you go ahead and craft the ice cream sandwich. And yeah, it's just kind of a cool mod if you want creepers that aren't, well, they're technically hostile, but they don't do any damage to you. They only give you food, so it's kind of cool. So eating the ice cream sandwich will actually give you 3 food bars. Will replenish 3 food bars. Eating the scoops of ice cream will do half a food bar, and it'll also give you, I think, a 33% chance of giving you brain freeze. So I think it's just kind of slowing effects for 15 seconds. So there's 33% chance of that if you just eat the scoop. So eat the sandwich, you'll have 3 food bar replenished, and yeah, so it's really cool and really awesome food item. And here's the armor. You just have all the different types of armor depending on the different types of creepers there. And the armor, half the armor slots are filled up there, so it's okay armor, I guess. And yeah, so it's a nice mod if you want some more creepers. And as I said, these spawn in snow biomes. The next mod is a really awesome mod when it comes to creating kind of visual shots for movies or whatever for your videos, and it's just kind of cool to use. Even if you don't make videos, this might be just fun to play around with. So it's called the Pixel Cam mod. So what you're going to want to do is set up waypoints. So you can type in /CAMP, and I believe you can just hit the P key on your keyboard and it'll go ahead and add the waypoints. So then you're going to set the path that you want the camera to go ahead and travel at, and you just keep on doing /CAMP or just press the P key, and it'll keep on adding these points. Another thing you can do once you are done setting the points, you can actually teleport to a specific point. So if you type in /CAM go to, and then that point, it'll go ahead and teleport you to that point that you set it as. Alright, so now that you have all your points set, you type in this command, /CAM start, and then you type in the interval of time you want to have the camera take to travel through that path. So I did 10 seconds here, and then you hit enter, and you'll go ahead and travel. Really cinematic like, and it is really awesome and just fun to see, even if you don't make any sort of YouTube videos dealing with Minecraft. It's just a really cool mod, and I really like using it. Then to clear the points and set up a new point or a new path, you go ahead and type in /CAM clear, and it'll clear the camera path. And next up is the Mo Creatures mod, which is one of my all-time favorite mods for Minecraft. You see I'm using the Pixel Cam mod in this little part here, and it's just awesome. It adds in so many creatures to Minecraft. They're a little more detailed than the Animals Plus mod that I showed about 9 mods back, and just overall probably one of my favorite mods. This, the Shaders mod, and then I have a couple others that are my favorite, but this is just awesome. Just the detail, the amount of creatures it adds in is just unbelievable, and I absolutely love this mod. Now, as I said, this adds in a lot more creatures than the Animals Plus mod, but again, if there's a certain animal that you may want in the Animals Plus mod, you may want to play the Animals Plus mod. There's the raccoons there, really nice, and it adds in not just animals, it adds in mythological creatures, and just wow, just so much stuff. And you also have the tabs here. You can just see a lot of different items as well pertaining to the different animals. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to get into this mod after watching this video if you haven't heard about the Mo Creatures mod. If you ever need help installing this mod, I'll have an annotation on the screen. I did a tutorial video for it, so you can check that out. The 1.8, just forewarning, the 1.8 version downloads for right now. It's in beta, and it's right underneath the 1.7 link. So make sure you download the 1.8 links when you do this, and not accidentally the 1.7 links. These next few mods were featured in episode 6. The first one out of that group is the Tree Ores mod. This is a nice mod that allows you to grow trees based off the Minecraft ores. There's a little bit of work that goes into this. First, you have to get the resources yourself through mining. Then you have to craft the sapling. Then you have to chop down the trees and get the chops. Craft the chops into logs, and then take the logs, and then you can transform them into the ores. So a little bit of work, but once you have a tree all set up, you'll get the saplings from it when the saplings drop once you chop down the trees. Then once you have that tree tree set up and you can chop it down. It goes very, very smooth from that point on. So to craft the sapling for the tree that you want, you just place a regular sapling in the middle and then place the block around. I made a redstone sapling here, so I put redstone blocks around it. So then after you let the tree grow, you'll be able to chop it down. When you chop it down, you don't get the actual logs, you get the chops. And you use the chops, you need at least 9 of them to make 1 tree log. And this is what you do, just go to a crafting bench and just fill it up with all the tree logs, or the tree chops that you have. You'll be able to get the tree log based off of that tree. So once you have the diamond tree logs, or any kind of tree log, you'll need transformers to transform them into the ores. So basically, a nether transformer will work with the quartz and glowstone. Reinforced transformer will work with obsidian, and normal is required for everything else. So you take the transformer, depending on what tree log you're trying to transform, you go in the middle and place the tree logs around it. So it depends on how many tree logs you put in. You can put 1 tree log, you'll get 1 of the ingots. If you put in all 8, you'll get all 8 of the ingots. It also adds in tree bosses, so if you kill these tree bosses, you have to craft them in and then spawn them in. But once you kill them, you'll get a sapling for a giant tree based off of whatever tree boss it is. Recipe for that is you can get some broken spawner frames. You get each one of these from wither, so you kill a wither, you get a broken spawner frame. 4 of those will craft the spawner frame, then you just have some logs, fill it around there, and you'll get that spawn boss, or the boss spawner. The storage drawers mod is a really nice alternative way to store things in Minecraft instead of the regular chests. Here you have what looks kind of like a cabinet, and you have different drawers, on the cabinets, and each drawer can hold a specific amount of items. And it's just really cool. So you can put these in. They look probably really awesome in a kitchen. You can see you can place 1 item per drawer, and you can actually place multiple, stacks in each drawer, and it's pretty cool. And it's just a very, very nice way to store things in Minecraft. Go ahead and place a specific item in a drawer, and that will become the only item that can be placed in that drawer. You right click. If you want to place, say you have 6 stacks of TNT, double right clicking will go ahead and place all those in that drawer there. Punching it will take out 1 item, and shift punch will take out a full stack. And yeah, it's really awesome. You get to see what item is in the drawer also. That's pretty cool. You can also have in the upgrade section, you can actually place it so they can see how full a drawer is. So again, just a really nice and cool new storage for Minecraft, and yeah, you can upgrade it so you can fit even more storage in each drawers, and it's just a really, really awesome mod. You can even put drawers inside of the drawers. The next mod is the Exotic Birds mod, which, as you can see, adds in a lot of birds. It's out there for 1.8 that add in animals, like the Mo Creatures mod and Animals Plus. This mod deals just with birds, and it's a really awesome one here. I mean, just a whole bunch of different birds. You have some toucans, you have some swans, you have some roadrunners. It's a really, really awesome mod. There's the roadrunner right there running. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. If you just want to populate your world with more things than just, the default Minecraft stuff, up here we actually see the egg sorter. Now, right now it's a work in progress, doesn't really do anything. But this mod is really nice if you want to populate your world with, just more animals, and definitely really awesome. What you see right there is the nest. You'll find these nests on top of trees. You can actually craft your own nests and put them on top of trees also. You'll find 0 to 3 eggs in them. Once you break them, you'll go ahead and get those eggs. You can try to spawn in your own birds here if you want to have like a bird coop or whatever those things are called. You can do that. Yeah, really awesome if you just want to populate your world with some more creatures. And yeah, this mod is just nice, and it's every single mod that adds in some different mobs or animals and stuff are always really nice. And you see the egg sorter there. As I said, it's work in progress, doesn't do anything right now. And enter the Encyclopedia of Birds. We actually learn a little bit about each one that the mod adds in. I'm not going to go over this, but if you want to get into this mod, you can definitely read this and learn a little bit about it. Not too much information, just usually like a sentence, but you'll learn which ones are tameable and stuff like that, and kind of what they do and where you'll probably find them. And yeah, really nice mod. And let's move on to the next one. And the next one is the Zombie Apocalypse mod. I know I already showed a Zombie Apocalypse mod already in this video. However, this one is very, very different from that one. That one is meant to just make your world look like a zombie apocalypse. This one adds in the items for a zombie apocalypse. It adds in a whole bunch of weapons and, like M60s and AK-47s. You have grenades. It's really, really fun to play. I mean, it's just fun. This is probably the best gun mod in Minecraft, even though it's a zombie apocalypse mod. It's probably easily the best gun mod for 1.8 right now, at least from what I've seen. Just really fun to play, and there's so many different guns you can go ahead and shoot. So there's actually tents you can spawn out. That's kind of cool. And there's also a military base and like a base just for civilians, which I was in right now. So you'll find some military guards in here with guns, and if there are zombies in it, you know, they will attack there. And you see the zombies, they're in there right now. So, you know, you always have to be, you know, ready. You know, they do spawn in these base sometimes. And to make it kind of a little bit more challenging is just randomly throughout the day, they'll just, you know, spawn like a huge horde of zombies near you. I think over 20 zombies in each horde, which is awesome because it's a zombie apocalypse mod and just is meant to make it more challenging. Next is the Craftable Animals mod. This sounds not too interesting, but it is a pretty cool mod. First off, you'll notice all the spawn eggs are a little bit different. Now they look kind of like the actual Minecraft mob itself. And also with this mod, you have different variations of default Minecraft creatures. So just right off the bat, you can have, you know, different color sheep. You can have different types of bunnies. And overall, a pretty neat mod. So another thing, you can also have a hologram, so you can actually display animals. You can actually capture animals using the animal soul, capture their exact movement and display it like this, so that's kind of cool as well. You can rotate them, you can offset it to appear really high in the air, or you just, you know, off to the side or whatever of this animal case. And you can see you can actually have huge animals and mobs displayed in your world, which I think is pretty cool. You also have a book, so you go ahead and kill a pig with a regular Minecraft book. You'll be given this guide, and this goes over everything the mod adds. And if you want to see it in video form, I actually did an ultimate guide on this video, on this mod, so I'll put a link on the screen here. Some other things you can do is you can wear them as hats, so any mob, you just go ahead and put it in your head, and you can wear them on your head. You can actually stack animals on top of each other, and you can have all different types of animals stacked up on top of each other. And this just, I don't know, kind of something fun to do, and it's fun to look at. And that's all I want to talk about the mod. That's all you know, this is just the main things that it does. Yeah, this is just the main stuff. If you want to learn everything, you can check out that video, or just, you know, get the book and read through it. So these 5 mods were featured in my top 1.8 mods of the week, episode 7, the Daft PVF mod. So the first mod of this I have to show you is the Crystal Wing mod. This allows you to really quickly teleport back to your home, a little different from some other teleporter mods I may end up showing in this video. This one just is dedicated to teleporting you back to your home or your spawn point, or wherever, you know, whatever spawn point you have set. It's just really nice and pretty convenient just to have this in your inventory. If you get lost, you can just right click it, it'll take you home. Using it in the Nether, however, will end up burning you, so you'll just catch on fire and the crystal wing will turn into a burning wing. So what you want to do is just press Q to throw that away as soon as it starts burning you if you accidentally press this in the Nether. One thing you can do with this, though, if you do want to take this to the overworld, you can take it to the other overworld and hurry up and get into water. So getting into water will turn this into a burnt wing, and once you have the burnt wing, it's pretty much useless, but you can right click it and you can get lost, and everything's configurable in the configuration file, so you can change it to, you know, to set a certain amount of blocks away, and you can just, it basically just gets you lost if you right click it. So if you want to do this, I guess you can if you want to try to find your way back home. Other than that, I recommend not doing that and just don't take it to the Nether. Item that the Crystal Wing mod adds in is the Ender Scepter. This will actually allow you to kind of teleport to a specific point, like if you just point and click, it'll teleport you there, which is nice. And it has basically infinite amount of uses, so there's no durability or anything, so it doesn't have a set amount of uses, just completely infinite. And I think this is kind of like a hidden item because there's no information about it on the mod creators forum page, so I just kind of luckily came across it, and I'm able to show you guys it. So yeah, it's nice. There's infinite amount of uses. You just randomly, or not randomly, but you just kind of set your point wherever you want to teleport to, and it'll go ahead and teleport there. It's really nice. You just kind of get in, there's no crafting recipes, so you just get it from creative mode, or too many items, or not enough items, and you'll be able to use it. Up next is the Starting Inventory mod, which is a nice mod that allows you to have a custom inventory when you create a new world, which is always pretty nice. And you can, as always, configure this, and I'll show you guys how to do this in this little part here. But anyways, just gives you, just by default, little stuff like some tools, some weapons, some food, some torches, some armor here, just some really, low-level stuff just to kind of get you started off. So what you're going to want to do if you want to have your own set custom inventory upon starting a new world, or if you just want to load it whenever you die or whatever, you want to save a specific inventory and load it every now and then when you're just playing Minecraft, what you want to do is get rid of all those items you start out with, unless of course you want those items, and then just get your own items. I recommend doing this in creative mode, so start up a creative world and just do this, and yeah, you just pick any item that you want, set your inventory up to how you want it, and once you have that all set up, you type in a really simple command. You just type in /starting INV for inventory, save. Alright, so that will save your inventory just like that. So when you create a new world now, you'll have all these items like I have here. You'll have the diamond armor, and if you want to load it up when you're just playing default Minecraft, if you die or whatever and you want all your items back, you can just type in /starting inv load. It'll go ahead and load that inventory up just like that. So it's a really, really nice mod. And a pretty useful one. I mean, it's similar to the too many items or not enough items feature where you can save your inventory, but those mods, they don't necessarily allow you to start up a new world like this. Having those inventory, you'd have to go into it and then load up that inventory. It's similar though, it's just a different mod to do this. But anyways, I definitely think this is pretty helpful, and let's move on to the next one. So the next mod is the Tree Capitator mod. This is a nice mod that allows you to chop down a tree from the bottom block and have the entire tree fall down. Kind of similar to a feature in the Vein Miner mod that I showed earlier in this video. This mod though is just simply dedicated to that feature, and it also is more advanced than any other mods like this. There's a couple like this. Alright, so this mod, as you can see now, it's taking a lot longer to chop down the bottom block of a tree than, you know, just one block as it's on the ground there. So it takes a lot longer to chop down the trees now, and I guess it's not necessarily more realistic, but it's more, you know, it's less overpowered. Okay, it takes you a little bit extra time, but you do end up chopping down the tree a lot faster. And you can notice that as you go up the tree, it takes less and less time each block. So you can see there, you can just see the blocks breaking, and then we go up here. There you see it. You know, depending on how many blocks you're going to end up chopping down, depends on how much time it will take. Next is the in-game info mod, which is a nice mod that allows you to customize your screen to let you know information and a whole bunch of different information. So you can actually configure this to be in place of your F3 screen, the debug screen. So you can actually set it so that you can play default Minecraft normally, and then if you press F3, you have all this information. So it's just really nice and customizable. You can just see, I think this is what you see at default. If you guys do want to get into this, I mean, I spent at least 8 minutes when I was making this original video going over how to actually do this. And now you guys can just kind of see the different things you can do. You have the colors, and then we get down to some of the different things. And this command was the /IGI tag list, and you can just search through this, and you can put all this information on the screen. A lot of it may be kind of pointless. You may not want any of this, but some of them are definitely pretty nice to have on your screen. Anyways, check out the original video. I think I'll link it on the screen. I definitely recommend checking that out. You just start the video, and then you just click on the button that says in-game info. Watch it, and then you'll be able to find out how to actually do this stuff. I'm not going over it in this video. As I said, I think I spent about 8 minutes on it in that video. So yeah, and you can also search for stuff, so you can configure it so that you can see the exact health that you have, and it's pretty nice and very informational. So the last daft PVF mod is the Floating Ruins mod, which is a mod that adds in these floating islands in the sky, and they're meant to be ruins. Inside of each one, or on the top of each one, will more than likely be a house. Inside this little house here will be a mob spawner. You go ahead and you battle the mobs, break the spawner, break the obsidian, and get the loot inside that chest there. And it's just kind of a nice mod. They start off not spawning in too. They're pretty rare when it comes to you first spawn them out. I mean, not extremely rare, but they are a little bit rare. So you may want to change it in the configuration file, which I show you how to do. This one's pretty simple to do. But overall, it's just a nice mod if you want to find chests, loot them. This is in the sky. It may take a little bit of work getting into them. Some of them do have waterfalls over, so you can just basically climb up them. But anyways, you go into the mod list, you go to Floating Ruins, you actually go to Floating Island Settings, Island Spawn Rarity, set it to 100 if you want them to be that close together. I think 100's pretty nice if you want to find them a lot. Mod 98 is the Optifine mod, which is one of the most probably best optimization mods for Minecraft. It just gives you much better frames per second, and that's just the main part of the mod. Usually if you download this mod or install this mod, you can probably double your FPS, and this is a mod that I definitely recommend using with the shaders mod, because it definitely works. Another feature you have with this is you can actually zoom in, and these are really the only two reasons I really use this mod. You have some other minor stuff. You want to take a look at all the different little features, you can check out my ultimate guide to Optifine. I'll link it on the screen. Mod number 99 is the Baby Animals Model Swapper, which just swaps the regular model for the baby animals to have a much cuter model like this. I like this. I think they're much cuter than the default Minecraft baby animals. That's all it does. So they are interacted with the same way as default Minecraft baby animals. This minimizer here is part of an earlier mod I showed called the Craftable Animals mod. And mod number 100 is the Smart Cursor mod, which just displays information wherever your cursor is pointed at. So we pointed at the grass block there, it tells us information about it. It says that it's growable, we can shear it, and just a lot of helpful information. If we point at an item, it tells us how many items are there, and there we saw with the diamond sword, we saw the enchantments. Same thing with mobs, we see the hit points that it has, see if it's aggressive or passive. Also works with the experience on the ground. We walk up to it, we see how much experience each orb has. Overall, this is just a really helpful and informational mod. I don't know if it's going to work for every single mod you have installed, but I did see on the forum page it working with mods. And that's all I want to talk about the mod. I'm done now. That brings us to the end of the video. At this point, I put about 70 hours into it, and I just want to render the video and upload it. So I hope you guys did find a lot of mods, and thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe.